Still says waiting. Oh, there it says live. Still says
Yeah, just
waiting.
click
Oh,
over.
there it says live. And I hear myself, so that's good. You guys hear us?
Hello.
Yay! As usual, about 30 minutes late. End the day. that's
Susan's fault, not mine.
that. Yeah, that's absolutely my fault. I had I had to go do something yesterday during the day, and it took longer than I thought, and so I had to finish a whole bunch of stuff yesterday. So I was completely out of it last night.
Yes, she was, and I was too. But happy Sunday, people. How are you today? What's going on with you?
You guys not in church?
As where you should be.
Yeah, well, they can hear
Oh, let me
us.
turn mine down.
It's just the three of us, just Ja, me, Nina.
Hi.
There's Nina. Nina is a bit tired. Let's wait just a little bit longer
Yes.
for people to join. You missed church today. Well, I don't go to church at all, so I can't say anything about that.
I've missed church for about a year now. I need to go and repent. Love you, Lord. I'm good, Nicole. How are you? Just relaxing on this good Sunday with my girls, Susan and Nina. You going to DQ? Can
Amsterdam
you
in the
bring me back a
house.
Slurpee?
Tante Bet. Tante Bet is nog laat op.
Actually, I did see that. Did you see that, Susan? The church service, the tribute in Copenhagen.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I did see that, and I don't want to be a party pooper, but when I see stuff like that in a church, I get a little bit. I see the idea behind it, and I see it's very nice, but I don't think that's the way to. I don't know. Maybe I'm
I
just.
didn't see the video. I just saw pictures and I didn't read it, so I didn't know exactly what it was about. Yes, we will be discussing Michael
Jacobs.
Jacobson Hagen or whatever his name is.
Jakobshagen.
Jacobson.
His name is actual Michael.
Oh, it's Michael.
Michael.
Oh, okay.
Or Michael. I don't know. It's German. It has dots on the E, I think.
I know he says very. Let me not make fun of his speech impediment.
Okay, we have over 100 people in. Um, I wanted to start with something. I had a comment, actually a handful. It wasn't many, but there is some people that are whining about the lives and the podcasts that I upload. And first of all, I really don't give a fuck what they think because it's my channel and I decide what I do on my channel. Um, People think that the lives are unprofessional, which is interesting because we're all amateurs. No one is a professional here, so that could be correct. We are unprofessional, and that they're not based on facts. Well, that's not the whole idea behind the lives. The lives, we do that because we want to. First of all, we want to have some light talk in between. I mean, Jaw can talk about all kinds of fan stuff, just to keep it a little bit fun sometimes as well. You don't have to talk for 3 hours about facts and court cases and stuff like that. And
Exactly.
right. And it is also a way to communicate with you guys in the chat to see if you have questions. It's not like we can answer them factual. Maybe some we can, but it's more to start a conversation or to see if we can figure it out with the people that are in the live and in the chat to see what's going on. It's not the lives and the podcasts are not meant to be factual. So if you're if those whiners are listening right now, please click away and just keep it to the factual videos, and just don't click on the lives. Just don't listen. You don't have to listen. This is not meant to be um a factual video. You can recognize those by the thumbnails. Just don't click the lives anymore and stop whining, because I'm just going to delete
Those
those
comments. You're
comments.
just wasting your time. You are absolutely wasting your time. Reprimanded us for how we decide to structure Susan's channel. If it's not for you, move along. That's all you have to do.
Yeah, and then you get really here. Let me just, yeah, because I pasted one here, so you guys know what I mean here. As a supporter of Michael Jackson, I have to say that I'm starting to get a little saddened by how the MJ Innocence Project is handling their overall tone and approach. I recently watched one of their live streams and found it really unprofessional sounding and a little immature. We as supporters have our obvious detractors, and our goal should be to represent ourselves as the more rational side. Anytime we paint ourselves as fanboys or fangirls, siding with a child molester just because we're blind to it, etc., just makes MJ appear more guilty. We're part of that. So apparently, we make Michael Jackson look more guilty. Well, someone can try to waste their time explaining me that, but don't bother. Anytime we
Right.
resort to assumptions and respond to, and this is super important, hearsay, we're no better than Wade and James. They are going off hearsay. Our argument has always been, but check facts over hearsay. Whatever they mean.
Do you know what
That's,
that sounds like to me? It
yeah.
sounds like that's a comment from. There are a lot of people that kind of just are trying to stop what you do, Susie, because they're jealous of your content or they're trying to steal your content. The
Mhm.
lives are just. Oh, since this Leaving Neverland came out, it's been so heavy for fans to deal with. Everybody doing, innocent videos, the Michael Jackson Innocence Project. It's heavy stuff that we're having to do. And the lives are just a chance for all of us, the listeners, the followers, us, all of us just to relax, have a conversation, laugh a little bit, not take it too seriously, have a break, be friends, be fans, whatever. And Susa actually isn't a fan.
No.
Susa is just someone who investigates and believes Michael Jackson is innocent based on what she's researched. So she ain't trying to be no fanboy, fangirl, whatever. Just if you don't like it, go away. And if you've got no life, just go get one and lighten the hell up.
Well, that's exactly what I commented on it. I said, then don't listen. It's that simple, really. And then he says, really? Does anyone else think that no true MJ supporter should say something like that and should instead be rallying together? That kind of um, guilt tripping kind of comments, they don't
That was
work
me
with me.
poetic.
That really doesn't work with me. I
Yeah.
mean, you can say whatever you want. You can try to make me feel bad. I ain't gonna feel bad. So just stop wasting your time and move along. Anyway, that
Right.
was one. Then I have another one for certain people, and it doesn't pertain to most of
A
you guys, but
spread.
some people are
Right.
listening. Will have to know this. There is a new studio for YouTube, and I hate it. The admin part of YouTube, but it does say it has a new tab which says copyright, and it actually searches for your videos to see who used your videos, so you can actually message that person like, I don't want
Wait,
you
wait,
to use
wait.
it or
I don't mean
whatever.
to interrupt you, but I have to interrupt you really quick. Muggles are cool too. We've been waiting for 30 minutes. We are not lukewarm fans of yours. Don't yell at us. I'm sorry, sweetie. Are you saying that to us? Or is that a comment that you're making towards the comment that Sousa just read to you guys that came from a fan?
Obviously not a fan, a follower. The comment from
Or
a
a follower?
follower. Yeah.
Because we're
Yeah,
not
no,
yelling at you guys. We are giving you what has been said to us.
Right. I'm addressing the whiners, the people that whine about these lives. I mean, clearly you don't whine because you're here every week, and we appreciate that very much.
Poetic said Muggles has been complaining since coming in.
Muggles, come and get a hug from me.
No, no, Muggles. That wasn't towards you guys. Sousa was responding to a comment that was left by a follower on one of actually the last live that we did last week.
You're right. Well, it has been a few now. You have about 2 or 3 of those people every live that need to whine, and usually I don't say anything, but it's just starting to get annoying. So I wanted to say something about it just once and get it over with. Oh no, no.
Yeah, no, we weren't shouting at
I
you
was
guys.
actually
This is not
defending you guys,
right.
as in it's okay to talk about fan stuff sometimes. Why?
Yeah. I love wine. I do too. I had a good wine. This is totally off topic, but I had a good wine. What was that? Friday night. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it or drink it. It's called Riesling. It is so
Riesling.
good.
Riesling is from the
Yes.
Mosel here in Germany. It's very, very. It has a little tiny bubble and it's sweet.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
I
Oh my
know it.
God. It was the best wine ever.
Mm-hmm. That's good
Try it if you
wine.
haven't.
Yes.
Yes.
Get back
Anyway,
to
so
the copyright thing.
sorry, Neen?
Just to get back to the copyright thing, what was you saying?
Yeah, the copyright thing is a new. I think it's new. I never saw it in the old thing, and it shows you who re-uploaded your video. And I saw that a few people actually re-uploaded my videos, and I don't really appreciate that. You can contact me, ask me, explain to me why you would want to. And I saw that this person in particular had videos from all kinds of Michael Jackson channels, popular videos of those channels. So I asked them to remove it straight away. But if you wanna do something with the video, if you I mean, you should be able to translate these videos. You can add them to your own playlists, but if you would know how much time both Nina and me have to put in those videos, and other people too, sometimes who have to go through the scripts and make sure that they're good enough, it really takes at least a few full days, up to a week, to get a video out. So please don't just download and re-upload to your channel. And if you want to do something with it or you have an idea, please just contact me. And don't just re-upload. Anyway, that's all I had to whine for now.
Okay, so the first topic at hand.
I don't know. I guess Michael Jakobshagen. I really don't want to call him Michael. You know that he wants to. I saw him
Right.
in the chat. His name pop up in the chat, and I've seen that a few times now. So maybe it's a good idea to actually talk about him to start with, because both Ja and I talked to him on the phone.
We
So
have over 3 hours of audio conversation with this M. Jacobs Hagen. That's I have to say it like that. And he did admit numerous times that Michael has never done anything to him. So we have this audio evidence. So for him to come out and say the things that he's, I guess, supposedly saying now, because I don't read his stuff, but I've been seeing fans, post things and saying, I guess, what is he saying? That Michael touched him now?
I think he is. I think he's making some kind of documentary, but maybe someone in the chat knows exactly what he's doing. He's always up to something. The guy just likes to promote himself.
Right.
And he is, if you talk to him, he is so, how do I say that nicely? It's
I don't
like he
think there's a
doesn't,
nice way to say it.
I don't think he's all there.
Mm-mm.
He is,
Yeah.
because I was
He's a few
asking,
fries short of a Happy Meal. How about that?
yeah, yeah. And that doesn't do justice to the Happy Meal.
Not at all.
But
It's like a Happy Meal with no toy.
yeah, no toy and no hamburger on your bun. The guy is really, it's I've
Yeah.
never experienced anything like it. Let's keep it to that. And I
Right.
just like Ja, I actually reached out to him because I didn't just want to believe the media or the fans or whatever that were screaming that he was such an asshole. So I sent him a message and I asked him, what's your side of the story? So he actually called and I asked him because he claims to be some kind of what is he, Ja? A media? He does something with the
He's a
media.
I'm not quite sure what he does, but he does something with the media.
He does something with the media. So you would assume that he is smarter with all the media stuff. And I had to ask him, well, what were you doing with that book? You know, that Boys Will Be Boys book or something that he
Mm-hmm.
has, and he claims that he got it from Michael and that it was signed by Michael because he had I think it says something like this is my favorite book or something, supposedly by
Yeah.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
I said, why would you have them make a picture of you with that book? And he claimed, yeah, and I didn't know what they were going to use it for, and it was
Of course.
he knew, and then I said, yeah, but the Mirror said, yeah, you could the Sun. I'm going to sue the Sun. He said. I said, well,
Yep.
the Mirror says this or that too. Yeah, because
Mm-hmm.
you should look at the Mirror. The Mirror is the real story. I said the Mirror says the same thing. No, that's out of context. No, that's not out of context. Did you say this or not? And he would go back and
Right.
forth. I don't know if that was the same with you, Job, but he would go
Yeah.
back and forth with me about the Mirror was
Mm-hmm.
accurate and then it wasn't, and but he was never touched by Michael.
Right. And we made it apparently clear to ask him several times throughout the conversations. So, are you saying that did Michael touch you? Did he molest you? No, 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 never, never. He's never. The only thing Michael has ever done is touch my shoulder. That's
Right. He
it.
put his arm
He's
around
never
him
done
once, he said.
anything. Yeah. So, I mean, again, we've asked him that several times during this conversation. Okay, so we have the evidence that from his own words, and see, he thought he was being smart by calling us instead of actually writing, or answering messages, so that he thought in his little brain, I guess he thought, well, if they don't have it in print, they can't prove it.
Right.
Well, hasn't Michael Jackson fans or people that follow Michael Jackson proven that we're a little bit smarter than the average bear when it comes to Michael? So if you want to talk to us on audio, then we're going to record you. But see, he didn't think that. he just again, he's a couple of fries short of a Happy Meal. So if he wants to, continue this, and did I read something? I'm not sure if it's true or not, but Dan Reed supposedly with this part two, he's coming out with a part two, and this guy is supposed to be one of them. If that happens, oh, we are definitely going out with this.
Muggles, we are not legally allowed to post that audio. Jaw isn't, because
Yes.
Jaw is in a two-party consent state, and I am in a single consent country. So I can record, but I cannot release.
Right.
But it has been handled.
Yes.
So
Definitely.
yes, just
It's definitely been handled.
let's keep it to that. Do we have a troll?
I don't know where.
Oh, what is it with this? See, they're muggles. That's what I mean. That's a whiner. Nothing constructive has been said by either of you so far. Well, bye-bye.
That's, I didn't see it. That's what Muggle said?
Hodaya Bat Israel. That one.
Oh.
They're gone. Can you post the transcripts? I don't know, Sandra, if I can. Honestly, maybe I can, but it's like 2 or 3 hours, so
I know, right?
that will take a while too. And he is not really easy to follow because his English is really very bad. So,
yes,
but
it is.
I'll look into that. Maybe I can make a transcript. Maybe I can release that. I'm really not sure.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yep. I mean, we can't go too far into it, but just know that it's being handled, you guys,
Right.
when it comes to him.
Right. He should just keep a low profile if he's
Right.
smart. Do you think the B. Howard looks like Michael Jackson? No. Nothing at all. Nothing
I think
at all.
Aaron, what's his name? Evan Ross looks more like Michael Jackson than B. Howard to
That's
me.
exactly what I was going to say. Evan Ross, that's one I have my doubts about. When I see that guy, I'm like, okay. But B. Howard, no. No, he doesn't look, and he's not a nice guy as far as I have heard either. It's not like he is
He is a good person, and shut up because his English is great and awesome, superpower. Ooh, Lord, y'all just want to be on here.
he's a good
You
person.
guys
Shut up,
just
Superpower Perkins. See, that's what you get. Trolls. Your height user. Bye, Superpower. Bye bye. You know, I'm not even going to. By the
Jar,
way,
someone asked.
yeah.
huh?
Go ahead.
Sorry, someone asked Jar what wine did Michael like, and another person, Susa, Mary Jane asked, did you see the comment from yesterday?
Did I see the comment from yesterday?
Mary Jane asked that, Susa. I forgot who asked about the wine jar. Someone asked what was Michael's favourite.
Red wine.
I know it was red wine. I don't know a particular brand, but I do know he loved red wine.
Yeah, that's all I know too. Red wine. I don't know what kind of comment were they asking about? I saw a lot of comments.
You're welcome, Alicia.
Mary Jane asked,
yes, Gina.
Did you see my comment from yesterday? I did type in the YouTube live for Mary Jane to ask again, what question did you ask yesterday, or what comment did you leave for Susie yesterday, Mary Jane?
Yeah, that would be handy. And Dita, I don't know if that's Dita word. Yeah, you can ask questions related to last week's chat. Sure. You can ask anything you want here. I mean, doesn't mean that we're going to answer everything or can answer anything, but I mean, that's what the live was for. That's what I tried to explain in the beginning. I mean, this live is just, we'll see how it goes and what we're talking about, and there's no rules except for
Peace
that,
and love to you too, Gwen.
except for no whining, because if you whine, you're out.
Yes.
Aaron, why are you confused about the B. Howard situation? The guy is really, really trying to promote himself. I don't know. Does anyone even know if he ever met Michael?
Well, yeah. I mean, he is close to the family. He did grow up with well, not when I say grow up, I'm not saying that, he was in the household living for years on end.
Uh-huh.
But he was around the family throughout his childhood. Not just Michael, but the entire family. He was at one point really close to Taj, Cheryl, and TJ. Yes, he knew Michael. He was around just like I'll say this. What's that other boy's name? God,
Who?
the other guy, the other young man that everybody's
Omar.
saying that, huh?
Omar.
Omar,
Massey.
yeah. Omar was
Yeah.
around Michael more so than anybody.
Didn't B Howard, he had that close connection with the family because Joseph was his mum's manager
Yes,
originally.
yes. When
Oh,
Nikki
right. That
Howard
was.
first came on the scene,
Yeah.
Joe Jackson is the one that brought her out. So yes, that's
Did Michael Jackson drink alcohol? Yeah, we were just talking about it. That he liked red wine.
yeah.
I think beers too.
Yeah, he wasn't
And
a
vodka.
drunk, but he engaged. He was a social drinker.
I don't think that's anything very exciting
Not
either. I mean,
not really. I
it was
mean,
an adult, you know?
we have another troll. Who's the
Watched
troll?
last week MK Ultra. Did some googling about celebrities and Monarch programming. Been wondering, could it be that at the end they were trying to reprogram MJ, being sedated, having bad service? That's a good question. I do believe that they have tried that throughout the years. And if you look at anything from the late 80s on, like say from Moonwalker on, you can see and hear him trying to get away from that. But there are some videos, and I think that the one that's very clear is the one where he comes out of that limo. I think with Elizabeth Taylor. Does anyone remember that? Was that somewhere around 2002, three? And he looks completely out of it. So yeah, I definitely think that they tried to drug him, poison him, whatever they tried. That's also why he kept saying that they're trying to kill me. I mean, eventually, if they see that they're not going to be able to reprogram you, and he is more worth more dead than alive, then they just want to get rid of you.
Yeah. Someone said, Aaron Phone is a troll, wherever that is. Aaron Phone. I saw a comment that I wanted to touch on. Who said it?
What a question?
Yeah, well, someone. Oh, right there. Alicia Edwards. She said, "Why don't we hear from his cousin Lee? Lee used to be at the trial in 2005 every day I was there." Yes, Levon. He actually we used to be really good friends. I haven't spoken to him in a few years now. He's Ali and Elijah were the cousins in the home movies when they were pushing Michael in the pool. That's Levon and Elijah. They're brothers, and they used to live there at Neverland during that time. Well, when they were younger, but during that time, Levon stayed at Neverland. I haven't heard again. I haven't heard from Levon in a couple of years. I don't know what's going on with him. I actually just spoke to Myra the other day about him. Okay, goodbye, Sonny. And as far as I know, I believe that Levon moved out of the states. I think. Don't quote me on that. I'm not quite sure. So I don't know. I don't think he's even on any social medias. I haven't looked for him. But you guys do know who Levon is, right? Susan
I
and
have
Nina?
no idea.
He's okay, remember in the home movies when they were all pushing him in the pool?
He just
Yeah.
washed his hair, right? That's the
Well,
one.
yeah, when he was saying I washed my hair, those two little guys, that's Levon and Elijah. They're brothers. They're Michael's cousins.
Oh, okay. So they're like my
Yeah.
age then.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
No,
So
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
I don't
Right.
honestly. I
Yeah.
don't know that much about the family other than um the ones that are in public the
Hmm.
most because
Yeah.
I never knew anything Michael Jackson before. So, and if it wasn't um interesting for anything I was investigating, then no, never heard of him. But yeah, I do know what you mean though.
Yeah. So no. As far as Levon, I haven't heard from him anymore. Wasn't
When did you
Levon also
first
on that trip?
hear
Oh,
about
go
the
ahead.
Wade Robson allegations?
Michael.
Pretty early. Was that 2013 he came out, I think?
Yeah, I believe so.
I think just like anyone else around that time.
Yeah.
This,
Yeah. 2013.
trying
I'm
to.
Yuli,
not
I'm not
sure.
sure if he was on that trip in 2003 or not. I didn't go to Gary that year, so I don't know. Muggles, how do you know them? Um, I fortunately I've been very fortunate since I live here in LA, and I've been a fan of Michael the Jacksons for 30 plus years. So I've been around for a very long time. Michael Mania, all of that in the 80s, and I used to be a part of two of the biggest MJ fan boards back in the day. So that opened up a lot of doors for me to the Jacksons, going up to Neverland numerous times, Joe Jackson Day a few times, to a couple of dinners. So that's how come I have the. Oh, I guess Aaron isn't a troll. I'm sorry. So yeah, that's how I know Levi. And during the trial, I went up there for a Raymond Day plus a couple of other times, and during that time, that was the group that I was with. Faison, I'm not sure if you guys remember him. Faze from MJJ Forum, Myra, which is one of my best friends. The one Myra, she's engaged to Jonathan Sugarfoot Moffat, Michael's drummer. That's my best friend. And back then we went up to Neverland a lot. So we used to hang out with Levon and all of them. So that's how I know them.
What everyone thinks of Michael's relationship marriage to Lisa Marie Presley. I don't think that it matters much. I mean, they've been divorced for what, 25 years almost. I don't think that is of any relevance. Or do you have something more to ask about that Mary Jane? Because I don't think that I don't see why that is of importance. His marriage to Lisa Marie. I mean, they got married and they got divorced. I don't think they were very compatible. I think they're both hot hats.
Right. To answer you, somebody asked what was my username back on the old boards. It was I've always been online as my real person, my real name, Giovanni Parks. So MJJ Forum, KOPD, MJ EOL, I think. All those boards, I was either Ja or Giovanni Parks.
Omar posted a picture of him and his dad on Instagram a couple weeks ago. Oh, his dad is rich, Riz body. Yes, and he looks exactly like his dad. I don't know why people think he looks like Michael, but he really looks like his real dad. I think at least.
I didn't
Can I
see that
just
picture.
step in and say something? There is
Mm-hmm.
somebody called Aaron Phone that a lot of people are calling a troll,
Mm-hmm.
but just to give him the benefit of the doubt, because he is kind of trying to backtrack and trying to say, Michael Jackson being a millionaire, why would he need Wade to bring him a bottle of wine
Millionaire
over?
is a
So let me just,
billionaire.
yeah, well, yeah, but this is, I'm just trying to give Aaron the benefit of the doubt and say, Michael, the home that Wade went to the barbecue with wasn't Michael's home. He was renting that home. He had a barbecue with Wade, and he was just a friend going to a friend's house. Shouldn't matter really what the financial status is. If you're going to someone's home for a cookout or a barbecue, normally they say, bring a bottle, come round. Do you need me to bring anything? No, maybe bring some wine.
Right.
Maybe he didn't always keep wine in the house because he had the kids with him in the house. So, I mean, Michael was a regular guy, just like everyone else when he was, inviting people over for something to eat or for a meal. Just bring a bottle, bring some wine, just bring something. Do you need anything? No, just bring some wine. I mean, Michael's very humble and down to earth. So hopefully, Aaron, that opens enough of your mind to just stop trolling and stop antagonizing the
Why?
fans here.
What was he saying?
Just trying to make like snide, sneaky, trolly comments about Wade bringing wine to
Well,
Michael. So
well, um, Wade himself testified about the wine that that was the first time he saw him drink. I mean, so I don't know if Aaron the troll means that he was feeding those kids any wine. He had his wine in his wine cellar be locked, and I think that this is where we need Luna, the fact sheet. I think that Arvizo, Gavin Arvizo, actually, they either stole a key or whatever, but they got to his stuff without his knowledge. But he has his stuff between behind locked doors, so he never fed those kids anything but maybe grape juice or something.
Lauren John said, I wasn't a fan of MJ. I just watched Leaving Neverland and thought it was bullshit and have started looking into it since. The Innocent Project has given me lots of info and things to research, so thank you.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Dita asks, since I know now if it's true that Madonna has been climbing up in his organization. I don't know what you mean, Dita. I think you have to. I'm a little bit behind too on the chat. So I. Oh, here now. See, I'm really behind. I now just see Aaron's. Why would MJ need Wade to bring a bottle of wine? He was a billionaire. Well, why would you care?
I hear what you guys are saying, and then I also can understand where, because maybe Aaron, maybe you didn't grow up in that type of environment or that family environment or friend environment to where you guys did that for one another. If you're invited to a place, a barbecue, a picnic,
you bring
just a
something.
matter of fact, I was just invited to my brother's little get together last Friday, and I brought a bottle of wine. That's just what you do. It's just the thing to do. There's nothing, there's nothing to question there. It shouldn't be anything to question there.
No, and I mean, Wade was supposedly not very poor himself. I mean, why couldn't he just bring a bottle of wine?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's
Exactly.
not like you go to a barbecue and you ask, oh, who earns the most money? Oh, you're gonna pay for everything. No, that's not how it works.
Right, Muggles. What is so scripted? What do you mean by that? At the Innocent Project, from his explanation, he says that Wade's story doesn't make sense. That didn't mean to joke about him. Oh.
Muggles and Poetic are kind of going at it in the
That's
chat.
the doco is scripted. She's saying you're saying Leaving Neverland was scripted.
Yeah, it was.
It absolutely was.
Uh-huh.
And I think I saw a comment today. I don't remember if it was on YouTube. I'm sorry. I'm not really very awake today, but about there is no one talking about abuse. They're talking about sex.
Right.
And
they are.
That is absolutely. It's not just weird. It's kind of disgusting.
Yeah, it is.
You guys need to look up Nambla as well. I mean, Susa's done a video touching on Nambla and the whole history of it. I mean, Leaving Neverland is very much a Nambla themed film. I mean, what documentary do you know that has a soundtrack coming out and merchandise coming out? You know, it's not a normal discussion about child sex abuse. It's not a normal abuse story, and nor is it a documentary. So just you guys that have watched it and listened, and even you guys that aren't fans and you're looking at it and doing your own research, do yourselves a favor and do look up NAMBLA, because that is Leaving Neverland is very NAMBLA themed.
Right. Hey, Kimberly, I didn't see you in here. Hey, Kim, girl. Actually, Kim is she's a good discusser as well. You should come in here and join us, Kim. Kimberly Wright, Supernova. She's pretty good. I don't know if you know her, Susan and Nina.
Doesn't she do makeup tutorials?
Yes, that's
Yes,
her.
that's her. Yeah,
That's
then I've
Kim.
seen her before. Yep.
Kim, you can. What is this? You guys tell her. She's asking how could she come in here.
She has to come in, and then I have to make her red. Hold on.
Okay. Kim, you come into Discord. You, if you don't have Discord, you can download Discord. It takes approximately a minute to download and come in.
There you go.
Yeah, right there. And just let us know when you get in here. Let me touch on something too. We were just speaking about this as far as the Leaving Neverland. Well, the graphic details of what Wade and James called themselves saying in there. The whole anal rape thing. Now, we're talking about children, and we're not even talking about vaginal penetration. We're talking about anal penetration. Someone on Moonwalkers Unite the other day commented kind of in defense of that because she, I guess, has some type of interaction or works with sexually abused children or some of the sort. Anyway, she was saying that it is possible that there would be physical no physical pain to a child
Of
who is
course there
being
is.
who is being penetrated anally if they're in love. How much sense does that make to you guys?
Zero.
I
Absolutely
mean,
zero.
right, a virgin, you know, let's we're all adults here, you know, we know about sex. A virgin, they're in love, right? And they want to, you know, make love with their partner for the very first time. I don't care how much you're in love, it's gonna hurt.
Right.
It is going to hurt. It's going to take time and time again for you to get used to it. And we're talking about vaginally. Now you're talking about anally. That pain, that, I mean, I don't care how much you're in love, you are going to be in pain, and there is going to be some type of physical evidence.
Yeah,
Now
because
we're
it's
talking
something
about
unnatural. Usually there comes something
right.
out
It's
of it.
unnatural.
It's
Thank you. And even
it will
that hurts sometimes.
scar. Even that.
Right.
No, but there will be
and,
physical evidence. I mean, but that's
right.
also why they are claiming that the anal rape didn't really work. So there
Right.
was a little bit, but it didn't really work because, of course,
Yeah, but didn't he
he
say
he would
something
have to
about
prove it
he
then.
threw? Yeah, but then didn't Wade or one of them, Wade or James, didn't in the document, because I didn't watch it. I'm still never going to watch it. But didn't one of them say that they had to throw out some bloody underwear
Mm-hmm.
into the? Now, that means if they had to throw out bloody underwear, you're not going to just bleed just to be bleeding. That means there's going to be some tears to your anal area.
Right.
You're 7, 8, 9 years old. There's no way in the world that if you're gonna, you know, bleed from your anus and have lesions and all of that, that you're going to be able to walk right, that you're going to be able to sit down, that you're able to even have a bowel movement
Right.
without some crying, without some no child in this world, there's no way they can go through that pain by themselves
No.
unless they don't have nobody. You know, so my thing is that if this happened, they obviously had to be checked. You're gonna that child is gonna tell somebody. You're gonna, and then if they tell you that you're going to take your child to the hospital. Where are the medical records? Because there definitely has to be medical records if this transpired.
Plus scarring.
Right.
It leaves
That,
scarring. Period.
yeah, right. So I mean, let's the common sense, man. Hearing something like that
But you
would
know,
make
that's how you know that the documentary was very, very well planned, because
right.
I was talking about the HBO lawsuit that the estate filed, um, which I am not so sure they will have a case. Honestly, the estate, but I guess we'll see. But I was wondering, why wouldn't the estate go for how do you say, the defamation of company or something?
Mm-hmm.
You know, because Michael Jackson is not just a person; it's a brand. It's a company. But that is why they don't discuss the whole lawsuit in the documentary.
Yeah.
Because as soon as they will
Someone's
be
asking
talking about that,
that Hollywood Lash asked could they come and speak.
sure, did you see the link, Hollywood? Oh, Kimberly is in. Hold on, sorry. Sorry, Kim. Where are you? Okay. Kim, you should be able to join in now.
Oh, she's asking how to do it. If you can hear us up top, well, I don't know if you're on computer or on the phone. Up top, those lines, click it, and then where it says voice channel, click that. Okay. Every child.
I have so many issues doing stuff today. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyone ever have that? Those days where
Yes.
everything is just hard. Nothing will
Isn't Willie's
work.
brother friends with Scott Ross? How can he stand in friends with such a disgusting liar? Yeah. Um. Thank you, Jean. Also, Susan, you need to get Scott Ross on one of the chats.
Yeah, if I had direct lines with people, I I would invite them all, but I am just Souza. It's not like I have a black book full of phone numbers here.
Kim, did you see how to do it?
Sousa,
Yes.
I'd love to get Debbie on.
You what?
I'd love to get Debbie on.
Debbie? Oh,
Debbie
Debbie
Rowe? Yeah.
Rowe.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Well, I do have a line to that, so I might.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned. I mean, she's really lovely. I was surprised she remembered who I was when I was just a child, but she's lovely. She's amazing. I think she would be great.
Yeah, I could ask her, I guess. Sure. Good idea, Nina.
Did you guys help Kim on? I don't know how to.
See, when I'm
So
awake, I
someone
have the
asked
odd good
about
idea.
Anthony Pelicano. Is he out? Did we because he was supposed to come out in March. I don't know. Because he had this whole thing going on when he was still in jail about when he came out, he will come up with all those secrets, and
Asperg, you're welcome.
so far I
Ja,
haven't
thanks
heard
for getting this
anything
Michael
from
scent
him.
bada, and it's delicious.
Yeah, he's out. Yeah, he's out, but he didn't say anything, right? I mean, he hasn't been in the news yet, or did I completely miss that?
I'm not sure. We're working on it, Mercedes. Thanks, Janice. I mean, I'm not Janice. Sarah, thank you.
Hollywood Lash just came in. Susie, did you not invite Hollywood Lash to come in?
Yes, I did. Hold on. Hollywood Lash. Yeah, should also be able to join the voice.
I don't know how to explain to him how to open up the voice though. Because Kim's asking. I don't know.
It's in the menu. It's in the menu, and it's called MJIP Live. If you see that somewhere, click it, and you're in.
Muggle says, speaking of black books, what do you think about the fact that MJ was in Epstein's phone book? I realize that that's true of half of Hollywood, but it's an argument I've heard.
I have a theory on that, but I'm not so sure if that's suitable for this channel. Honestly, I have a whole theory on that.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey,
Who's
Hollywood
that? Who's that?
Lives.
Kim? Oh, Hollywood Live. Okay.
How are you? I have so many thoughts. It's ridiculous. But my main thing is their body language. If you compare their body language to Michael's body language when he was speaking about this, Michael is pretty straightforward. You know, you can tell he's telling the truth, and their body language, it was just so shifty. And I couldn't even get through the whole documentary. Only reason I watched it is just to see if I could get a feel of, I just wanted to see what they were talking about.
Yeah.
And it just pissed me off, and I was like, I can't. I can't. And at
Yeah,
one
I
point,
can't watch it.
I think it was Wade. It might have been James, but he said something so outrageous, and then he looked at the camera like, "Do you believe me?" Like he looked at the person behind the camera like, "Did you believe what I just said?" Probably not, but you know what I mean. It was like
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh no, I can't."
Right.
I always think it's. I see what you mean about body language, but it's so unfactual, because they both
Hello?
act so completely different. Is that Kim?
Hey, Kim. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, Kim made it into.
Yeah. Welcome,
Yeah,
Kim and Hollywood. Welcome,
I
welcome.
feel, I
Welcome,
feel like
Amateur Madman. I see that Amateur Madman
Hello.
joined too.
Oh,
Hey
welcome,
guys, how
Amateur.
you doing?
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you guys?
Great. Oh, that sexy voice is back.
Now, I wanted to add to that when I was somebody brought up the fact about it being scripted and it being yes, this is a man blood what they call it, propaganda tool, especially when I saw the part where Wade described his encounter as Michael's adult size penis in my little 7-year-old. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Did you
What?
Oh,
have
that
to
is
What?
go
nasty, man.
there?
What
That's
did you say?
disgusting.
What did he say?
He said, get. I'm sorry, the dogs are drinking up my cat's water. But anyway, he said he was talking about one of his encounters he had. But you know how most people, if you looked at like documentaries or real shit where it show real victims and they just, basically say, look, he abused me, sodomite, whatever. This fool says he had to emphasize the fact of Michael's large adult size penis in his little 7-year-old mouth. Like,
Oh my God.
did we really need that vision? We get it.
Talk about selling. Yeah,
But
I
you
get
know
I
what
Oh
I'm
Jen
saying?
Reed
God.
said sell it.
It put me in the mind of, how you see those little adult, not adult, no, but those little romance novels where they talk about my large breasts was against his. It's almost like a
That
sick,
was some 50
twisted,
Shades of Grey type shit.
right. And I'm like, that was, to me, that showed it all. But I was looking up because somebody had got into my inbox over at Facebook, and they were basically, I guess, kind of admonishing me for going off on Oprah, which I do regularly. And he, put his little rhetoric up there. And I said, first of all, I put in there the definition of documentary. I said that was not a documentary. Actually, it's considered a docu-fiction. Yes, that is a real term, docu-fiction. There's nothing documentary about it. It's documentaries. They document stuff that actually were fact in what happened in history. This shit never happened in history. The only thing that was true about that damn whole thing was the fact that they breathed the same airspace as that man. Other than that, nothing they said beyond those pictures and all that drone shots that they done threw in there was that happened. And it just is irritating that, you know, oh man, it's getting absolutely getting no type of airplay over here as far as Michael's side of the story, which is irritating as hell.
True. And the thing that bothered me was, even though Oprah erased her tweets and her videos and things like that, she went on the Daily Show
I've
and
seen that.
doubled down on her, saying that you have to watch the pattern and everything like that. I'm like, so basically she's just saying because Michael Jackson had kids around him that
What
he's
about all
guilty.
them kids she had around her? Did you see her in her PJs with all them girls around her?
That's what I'm saying.
My thing is, why don't I feel like tweeting her right now and asking Oprah, oh, when is that documentary coming up about that girls' school you got over in Africa and the sexual victims that was affected over there? I can't wait. I'm gonna go grab me a snack because that's gonna be lit.
Yeah, or the fact that she paid off her father's
Oh yeah.
the lady that accused him of sexual
Mhm.
sexual misconduct.
You know what I
Hold
think
on,
they
hold on,
stole it?
hold on 2 seconds. Tante Bet, NPO removed Leaving Neverland? They did?
Who
And
did?
NPO is a Dutch public broadcasting service.
Mm-hmm.
They're the ones that had Leaving Neverland on.
Mm.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it could be just because they only have it up for so many days or something. That's probably the case. Anyway,
My
sorry,
thing.
sorry to interrupt. Girls, go on.
That's okay. That's okay. What I wanted to say was basically it's like, to tell you the truth, I really think that Oprah's just not covering for the Weinsteins and all these other pedophiles and rapists that's in Hollywood. I think she has a lot to do with that shit and has every invested interest as far as her own hide in covering up, and using Michael as a deflector because
Mm-hmm.
if you think about it, as many young girls over in the United States, young girls and boys, but particularly young girls who do want to be educated, who do need a quality education, you go all the way to a distant land, across the pond, and you
Yeah.
open up a so-called girls' school. Now we know that tourism is very prevalent overseas, and there's no telling what is going on in that school.
Nope.
You
But
know,
there's
and I'm like,
already two people connected to. I think both connected to that school, because I think she started that with John of God. Wasn't that John of God that she started that school with?
oh, he, I don't know, but if he
And
did,
he
that
is.
man is on. Oh my
I
God,
have to be
I want
careful. I don't know
him.
if he's actually convicted, but I think he was charged or at least accused of
Oh, multiple.
child
His own
sexual abuse.
daughter.
And now
He
she
he
has
got his
this
own daughter
female
pregnant.
pedophile teacher.
Mhm.
So there is
Mm.
something very, very wrong with that whole
To
girls'
me, I
school
don't. I
stuff.
think it's deeper than that. I think that that's a cover for sexual pedophiles, and especially them high rise pedophiles that she knows,
Mm-hmm.
that
Yeah.
they
I,
go
I
over there and they able to have their way with them girls. And because unlike in the United States where schools have regulations and all that stuff, it's over in another country where their code of ethics is totally different. Not that we have that much good ethics over here, but at least we have shit in place. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? You can't see what's going on behind closed doors over, especially in places like South Africa. Come on.
yeah.
So I'm
South
like,
Africa I mean, the country is a mess at the moment.
so I really would like to know. That's what I want to. I'm gonna tweet Oprah tonight and say, I really would love a documentary from you highlighting the sex victims in your school. We really now
And her
that's
dad.
made
I
for
mean, she covered
TV.
for her dad too with money. She paid off
Mhm.
something because
Oh
her
yeah, I
father
want to hear from
couldn't
the
keep
young
his
lady
hands to
too.
himself.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, and then
What
all
the
the little girls you had in that room with you. Where was the other adult in that room other than the person that took that picture? We need to have a closer eye on you, Miss Winfrey.
the other thing that bothered
Yevgenia.
me about what she said was when she said that she's never won a case because the girls can't remember what day it was, whether it's Tuesday or Wednesday, talking about the train station thing. And I'm like, but that was years. He missed years on that train station, and the train station
Yeah,
wasn't
I
even
saw
there.
that shit. It did say she had hateration. Heifer, don't look. First of all, hateration means people that's hating on you. No, we ain't hating on you. You just, first of all, you being admonished.
One thing I can say about sexual abuse survivors is
Mm-hmm.
that you might not remember the day, but
Mm-hmm.
you remember how old you were. And
Exactly.
also you remember where it happened. For him to say, "Oh yeah, we had,"
Exactly.
and then the way he said it, we had sex in the room in the train station. What?
Right.
Why did he say it
And
like
then
that?
laughed about it. Tell us
And then
something. He
laugh.
like,
That's
tell
what I
us
meant.
something.
That's what I meant about body language. First of all, they're sitting there like they lit up the fireplace and come on here, it's story time. No
Mhm.
reaction. Like when you're
Did
talking
y'all?
about that kind of thing, your body reacts no matter how
Right.
composed you try to be about it because
Did
it's an uncomfortable thing to talk about.
somebody on YouTube did an extensive video, and I'm gonna try to find it and link it, where he was showing that frame by frame. You could see where it wasn't a straight interview. Like you sit with somebody and you're actually talking to them in real time. That
Mm-hmm.
actually it has been like they have, cut. Probably went over with them. That probably had them to link up to do their, whatever they do. Basically they tried to make it look like it was one long cohesive interview, when actually by the lighting of the sun, by some of the furniture that was in the back was moved around, like you could tell they had stopped it and stopped it and stopped it, which means that they had time to go over their lines and
Yeah, and
whatever
at one point
bullshit.
he prompted him to say Michael Jackson was your lover. What?
Yeah.
First of all,
And another
and
thing
talking
was
about the thing they're talking about is kids at the time, and he said he was your lover. I'm like, what kind of stuff?
He probably was whacking himself why they were talking about this. Dan
oh,
Reed.
that's nasty.
No, seriously, Dan Reed said he gets off on his own movies.
Mm.
I am not lying. He was sitting in a chair and he said something to the effect of, "Oh yeah, my documentaries really they get me off." Yeah, I bet it do. You pervert.
Oh, that's
You
nasty,
probably
man.
said, "Huh?
I said that's nasty. That's disgusting.
It
Yeah.
is." But this is what we're dealing with. We're dealing with some perverted, corrupt people who is, I'm gonna throw the card in there, but using the black man as the face of sexual deviancy. And that's what this is a cover up the real shit that's going on and making him the face of it.
Yeah. Harvey Weinstein and all of them are going up under Michael Jackson because
And
Michael
then
Jackson is such a big name. He's so Michael
but
Jackson.
they're even
Michael
bigger
Jackson
and they're
was and
even
still is
powerful.
the most famous person in the world. I'm sorry.
There's somebody out right now talking about Spielberg did some sexual molestation. I
Oh,
don't know if y'all
that
saw that.
disappeared.
I
That
have a
disappeared
I
really,
have a
really fast.
question for amateur Madman. I'm sorry, you're the only guy in the group.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Cool.
Did you need someone to tell you how to masturbate? God, this video is so gonna be demonetized.
um,
Well, we're keeping it real.
No, we're keeping
um,
it. I'm not a
I
boy.
don't even. I don't think no. No one taught me how to do that. You just
You just do it.
Yeah. I don't even know. That's a weird thing to think
Then this
about.
dude
Well,
said his
I,
But
I'm
I
favorite
mean,
I'm
if you
I'm
think
vegetable.
talking
about it,
about it because Julie here says hell. He literally said that the first time Michael taught him how to masturbate, that he doesn't remember anything unpleasant besides not being able to pee. Well, I
Well,
don't
he
think
said
he needed
he
Michael
said he
Jackson
guessed he
for
did
that.
it too much. Is what he said.
Yeah.
That's what kills me. Is what victims do you know sit up there and talk about their abuse as pleasant?
right?
That's
And this
what
is
I
It's
what
want
we
to
were
yeah.
saying about the Nambla theme
Yeah.
in this film.
Yeah,
yeah.
it was very
And then
disturbing, and
Oprah's
I feel like we should have a lawsuit because that was like a pedophile's dream. That documentary.
I think that was porn. That's porn. Child pornography set the spoken word.
And
That's
it's
Mhm.
and it's an insult to people that have actually gone through this sort of thing.
And,
right.
and and could you imagine the amount of nasty pedophiles out here that have ejaculated watching that right now?
Oh
Yeah.
Right.
Lord, no.
I don't want to think about that.
Right. And Oprah, greasy stank ass, gonna get on her show talk about something. And I mean, when he ejaculated him, it felt good. I mean, I
Oh
used
man.
to say
Yeah.
it felt good, bitch. How would you do? You have a dick? Excuse my, I'm sorry.
She has
I'm
said
just
that.
saying.
She has
I'm
said that
saying.
multiple times throughout the years, and I don't know where she gets that from. With I don't know.
My thing is this: if somebody is doing to something to you that is in that way, that's disturbing, especially as a child.
Especially
I'm
as a
not gonna
7-year
get.
old child as well.
I'm not gonna go in too deep. I've had an encounter as a kid that was, I would say, uncomfortable with somebody older. And my thing is that shit comes off weird and uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
No kid is thinking about yeah, zaddy. Nobody's thinking about that.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
kids don't have those kind of feelings.
What you said?
Right? They don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
And that's why
Welcome, Yuli. Yuli just joined.
Hey,
hi, how are you?
Hey.
actually, I have something that I wanted to say for
I'm sorry. Hello?
just a minute. I, you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
we can
sound
hear you.
fine.
Okay. Just I double heard myself, so I had to close the YouTube. Anyway, I wanted to say something. Someone mentioned on Instagram where it says that the most the thing with the bloody underwear was when he was 14.
Right.
So that would mean to be 1996 or 7. Anyway, she checked it out and I did it as well. When Wade turned 14, Michael was already in history too. He was already all over. I mean, Wade was born in what, September 7th? I don't remember. Anyway, when Wade turned 14, Michael wasn't even in the States anymore. And he wasn't back to the States for about at least a year after. I mean, why nobody says nothing anything about it? When Wade was 14, Michael wasn't in the States to do it, even if he
Mhm.
wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? My thing is this. My thing is now I I was talking to some friends about this. I said what everyone should do, since the US media wants to be a prick about it, we should set up booths or stations everywhere in every major city. Now, I got this idea from, I watched this couple. The gentleman was a white man, but he had converted to Islam. He married a white Islamic lady. And what they did was they set up a booth and they had like ask us any questions, whatever, whatever. and they basically passed out literature about what it was that they were talking about. And it got so much attention, and it got people. I'm like, okay, we need to go grassroots. We need to do the same damn thing. Okay, you gonna try to mute us out as far as the truth is concerned over here? Okay, well, we'll take this to the streets. Every major city, from New York to Idaho. Okay, we need to, as fans, set up booths with every bit of like information and facts and this and that for the public to see. It's almost like how it was over in I think Britain, over in London, I think, where they showed all
Yeah.
the fans with the banners and stuff. But instead of just having the banners and the horns, let's set up an information booth everywhere and have people to come, because people gonna come over with questions regardless to what you're trying to get across to them. Okay, then you got questions, we got the answers. And we got the facts right here. That's something that you can't sit in front of your TV and do. These people that's feeding you this bull crap and beaming it into your living room, you can't sit back and say, well, wait. I got a question to ask. You can't do that with your television, but you can do that with people giving you the facts.
Yeah,
And I
I
think
agree.
I think we should do that.
I heard that Harvey Weinstein used to pay journalists to come out with a bad story about Michael.
Oh yeah, I
If,
read
if
that.
Yeah,
anything
that's true.
coming out about him.
So none of
So,
this is surprising at all. They said that one of the founders of Sundance got popped for child molestation, and they said that he had
yeah, I know. It's a lot of them, but
oh,
I don't believe Michael was one of them. I don't.
oh absolutely not. That man
Because
ain't
pedophiles
no.
protect their own. That's why. If Michael was really one, they wouldn't be throwing him out to
Exactly.
feed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. They
And
would
since he
never.
had busloads of kids coming in every day, why is it only 4 victims or so-called victims?
Right. And let me tell you something. If that boy got his bum bust out by Michael Jackson, and I mean, it's safe to say you can see through them gold pants what he was working with. You mean to tell me his mama didn't notice that boy couldn't walk or couldn't sit his behind down? Or I mean, these are things that parents notice, especially if you being bussed in like that. Come on
And you're
now,
dancing as well.
exactly.
Yeah.
Because think about it. In the US, whenever, especially with boys, whenever boys go back to school for the school year, you have to go through a physical, which means somebody's medical physician had to evaluate that boy. Nobody found no medical records, nothing. But
Nope.
you
You
want us
know,
to believe that this man blew you out?
did you listen to the Brandy Jackson interview with the Ziegler? She said there
Yeah.
that when Wade was 14 and she dated him, she said he was dancing very very hard in classes or whatever, and she said if that really happened to him, she
Mm-hmm.
said he would have never be able to dance like he did. I mean, he was dancing his butt off literally, and she said, I mean, he's saying Michael tried to, you know, I won't say it, say that enough. Anyway, but she said if it did really happen, he wouldn't be able to dance. She said, I saw him dancing. There
Yeah,
was
but
no.
besides all that, all the
Mm-hmm.
uh, I mean, let's not forget that he was clearly a heterosexual guy.
Right.
I
Right.
mean,
Look, busting up people's
the
relationships
next
too.
video we're making now is about the so-called child pornography that he supposedly owned and that they confiscated at Neverland during the raids. He
Right.
he had a bunch of art books, all kinds of art books.
And
Right.
his fans
I
had
think
sent it to him.
only 2 or 3 contained naked kids, and not even in a sexual way, but in an art form. I mean, were very old,
Yeah.
rare art books. But what no one is talking about is that he had barely legals and hustlers and penthouses all over the place.
Slumpers for the big, like, if
And
you went to
actually
the
in
big
places
girls.
where he could reach it, you know. Those books were all
Right.
in boxes, but everyone is talking about those books and he loves little boys because of that. No, he liked adult women, clearly.
Mhm.
Hell, he had a
always
full on nude picture of me above his bed. They didn't see that when they went in there.
Michael always liked women. I showed my son a picture of Michael when he was a kid. He was looking at, I don't know who she was, but he was.
You know,
Michael
You
was looking
said
at
that,
that man's
John.
chest.
Wait a minute.
I mean,
My
I'm saying,
brain had to catch up with that. What you say, John?
I said he had a full on nude picture of me above his bed
Oh,
on the
wow.
first floor.
Oh, wow. I did not know that.
Okay, that was a joke, y'all. Do not go off this ride talking about.
because you know it'd be all over the internet.
Talking about, ooh, Josh said Michael had a picture of her naked. You know, if that get back to you know who, oh God.
no, but it's ridiculous to think that a guy that is doing whatever with penthouses and barely legals would even look at little boys.
Look, he had a video called Pimps Up, Hoes Down. Okay.
I got that video.
Yeah, plumbers and
That's from Chicago.
Yo, Michael down with that, man. What the hell?
Yeah.
No, but it doesn't make sense. No one is talking about
Right.
And you know, it is a little
it
bit
makes
of
him a normal man.
a strange topic to talk about, but I made a video about his penis, so who cares? You know, and you know that I believe he's still alive, so I hope he's not listening because it would be
No,
pretty
he
embarrassing. But
he probably is, and
why?
probably.
I mean,
like it
why?
anyway.
Why the hell is
Yeah.
no one talking about his adult porn that actually was
You know what?
found?
I want to know something. I want to know this.
That doesn't sell papers. That's right.
As much as they love to humiliate our boy, why haven't they showed those naked pictures they snapped of him? Why? Because they got penal envy. That's why. They don't want the world to see that. They
What?
do not want the world to see that. I'm talking about Santa Barbara.
Girl.
You know they got those pictures
Girl.
out there.
Careful with the slang. I can't hear what you're saying.
She's talking about the naked pictures of Michael's dang-a-lang, his anaconda.
Oh my God, Jesus!
Look, what I'm just saying.
Girls, I'm Dutch. Please, girl.
Look, listen to what I'm
his
saying.
Mandingo warrior.
Because look, because it has substance. What I'm saying is, as much as they like to embarrass and humiliate him, that's one thing they have not put out to the public.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they never released, and trust me, they always release, you know, his so-called what they call a settlement with Jordy Chandler to make him look guilty. They released everything else. But you have not released them pictures. Why is that?
I have been thinking about that. That is interesting.
Because it would normalize him as a man. That's why.
Well, it's not just that. Also, that the only reason they took naked pictures of his penis was to match it with Geordie China's description, and it didn't match.
Right.
So they can't show that because it will show that, you know, the circumcision discrepancy that was in the autopsy. So and also the fact that it is his penis, they can't exactly just release photos of Michael Jackson's penis.
But everybody else. But if you think about it, everything.
Well, they could now. He's dead.
Well,
so,
but what I'm saying is that everything is somehow, you know, trickled onto the internet. People know how to get
it could mysteriously leak.
Yes.
But they don't want to do that because, like I said, they got penis envy, number one, and number two,
envy. They can't. They wouldn't leak them because they was not an accurate. Let's try and kind of keep a little bit, you know, back to reality rather than just make a joke.
True, but
nothing to do with penis envy. It didn't match. It didn't match the description that Geordie, you know, his cartoon drawing of Sousa's mushroom penis thing.
Right.
It didn't match, so
Mine?
it got a penis ending.
Right.
But
They
you know
really
what I
did that.
heard?
Wrote it.
I heard that Evan Chandler.
Guys,
I
wait.
heard
Let
he
me
did that.
let me jump in for 1 second. Let me jump because we have a lot of people on mic, so let's not try to talk over each
no.
other. If somebody is talking, make sure you guys kind of, you know what I mean? Let's
Yeah.
just so we can hear everybody. Okay.
All right. No, I was saying that Evan Chandler, I heard that he was the one who drew that picture on a napkin.
Mm-hmm.
And then
That's the story.
And then they said, because they said they needed something in order to obtain the warrant. So he drew that picture. And then he put something on there at the bottom. I don't know if you guys caught that, but if you ever pull up the so-called drawing of description of Michael's penis, they put it stamped at the bottom. Did y'all see that? I'm like,
I
really?
never saw it.
What
I'll
did you
kid
say?
not. It's on there. It said it's whatever descriptions it gave, and then at the very end it said, and it's stamped.
Wow.
Oh,
What, like
I'm
Tom
like,
Ford?
really?
That can stink in my face all day, every day.
Right.
Oh my God, you're such a stanner.
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, you guys. Another thing I wanted to point out from the documentary, and
We
probably
call Michael Brillo
probably only Black people know this because I
The
had a
Brillo pad.
but when he said that all he remembered was his hair feeling like a Brillo
Brillo
pad,
pad. Wow.
and I was like, Mike had a Jerry curl. No
Right.
way. It did not never ever feel like a Brillo pad.
It
I was
didn't feel
like,
like a
they
Brillo
are
pad to
lying through
me.
their teeth.
You want to know why you said that?
Why?
Because you know when white people perm their hair, it goes a bit like hard and sticky. I think like a Brillo pad. That's my opinion anyway. I don't really know. I'm not white. So.
What? When white people perm their hair, it feels like a
No, it
Brillo pad?
doesn't. No, it
Yeah, like
doesn't.
No, it
someone
doesn't.
told me that someone told me if they don't maintain it properly, it gets stiff.
I
and
don't
shit
think
like
hair
that, so.
ever feels like a
No,
Brillo pad.
it doesn't
Honestly.
feel
All right.
stiff. It won't
Okay.
feel like a
It
Brillo pad.
can if it's over processed, but Mike's hair wasn't over processed.
Also,
Yeah, cool.
at that time, Michael's hair, he'd already had the burns. He'd had a hair transplant. It wasn't his natural hair at the top because he had the burns. Like where Wade is saying he had his hand, he felt the hair. That wasn't Michael's natural hair there.
Right.
No, and another thing you guys are actually kind of skipping over when it comes all to this hair thing, you have to weigh in the vitiligo. He didn't have hair down there.
Right.
No, I think the Brillo pad was the comment on the top of his head, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was his normal head.
Oh, it was about his head on his head. Oh, I thought he was talking about the little head. I didn't know he was talking about
No,
the
we're
head.
talking about the big head.
Okay, well, y'all know my mind is off. I'm
Yeah,
always
no.
My bad.
But you know, this is very informative. I mean, keep on, Ja, please. Informative.
And
No, y'all don't want to get me started.
It might sound outrageous to some people, but when he said that, I was like, "This motherfucker lying." I know, right there.
That was a jet. That's Egghead put that in there. Egghead probably put all the little snide touches in there. He did.
Yeah.
They had to. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, they had to make it as salacious and as below the belt as possible. And that was not only below the belt, but it was racially insensitive.
Jack Croner, this is it. Michael Jackson, Jack Croner. No, sorry, you can't. We're not falling for that. So you can go to another chat with that one.
What's that about Jack Croner?
Somebody in here by the name of Jack Croner. This is it.
Yeah,
he says Michael
we're
Jackson.
We're not doing that here.
No.
I'm not even doing that on my other channel, so.
No, that doesn't work here. Sorry.
One of the reasons for the 93 allegations against Michael is due to him having a sexual relationship with June Chandler, the mother of the accuser. She turned on MJ to take him down. Well, I believe. I believe that he had something going on with June, but I do not believe that was the reason, because I believe that they set it up way before it ever happened. So
I believe that, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Mike definitely hit that. He definitely tapped that ass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was a good-looking woman too.
Think about it. Didn't they say Schwartz the other husband she had, I don't know if they were separated or whatnot, but they said he was suing Michael because he said the breaking up of his happy home or something like that.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
a
yeah.
certain so they say
Yeah, but I think that's a problem with most of those cases. That the women actually
Yeah.
fall in love or whatever, or think, oh, this is a good lifestyle for me, and
but actually Michael they said was
actually
digging her too.
Yeah.
abandon their kids and their husbands.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah,
Well,
like
if
what.
you guys saw
Wade's
those
mom.
pictures that were going around about a month or so ago of, I don't know if they were at the zoo or something. I'm talking about what's that boy's name?
Jack
Jordan
Crooner,
Chandler and his
please
mother.
stop doing that.
You said who? What happened?
Oh,
Those pictures.
someone
Go
in
ahead,
Joy,
Stephanie.
chat.
Joy Safechuck, Joy Safechuck, and James Safechuck's mum.
No.
Yeah.
Those pictures of Jordan Chandler. It was Jordan Chandler and his mother. They were at the zoo with Michael or something, and there was like 10 pictures, and they were trying to, because remember they were saying that Michael was always with Jordan. They were, they were two peas in a pod, and
Right.
they had photos of them walking around, and Jordan would be way over by the pond, but June, everywhere Michael was, June was right there at his side.
Right.
Right.
Did you guys see those pictures?
No, I didn't, but I would
Same
love
Yeah.
with
to. If
Stephanie
anybody,
Safechuck, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
and Joy
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Robson. I mean, didn't Tashi even say that he knew for sure that Joy Robson was in love with him?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I believe Stephanie Safechuck was too.
I believe she was too.
Pretty clear.
Yeah.
pretty obvious.
Brandy Jackson said that Wade Wade's mom would never leave him alone with Michael
Mhm.
like that because she had a crush on him. So she would always make sure she was around.
Right.
oh yeah,
Wasn't Stephanie Safechuck the one in the documentary that sat there smiling like a little teenage girl? Like, oh,
that
I
talk
was
about
sitting
she
on the
danced.
bed.
Yes,
I was
that's
sitting on the
her.
bed with Michael Jackson. That was Stephanie
Yeah,
Safechuck.
she was dancing,
Yeah.
dancing. Yeah, look, I'm like this. This
That
is
was
a
so
man,
clear.
by the way.
Even still to this, well, I don't know, still to this day, but it's recent. Where after the Leaving Neverland documentary came out, Stephanie still has either her Facebook page or her Twitter with Michael Jackson's pictures on there still.
Mm.
Did you guys see that? Pull up her
Absolutely.
page,
Yeah.
and they're still there.
Right.
Wow.
Was that Joy or was it Stephanie?
It was
Yeah, I thought
Stephanie.
it was Joy as well.
I thought it was
Joy
Joy,
too?
yeah. Maybe both.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know Stephanie did. Yeah.
But also Brandy said that after Michael passed that Joy is her name Joy Robeson?
Joy,
Yeah.
Joy.
She called trying to get Michael Jackson's kids and said that,
Oh, yeah.
that Michael didn't want
Jack
her to have.
Crooner, this is your last warning, or I'm gonna kick your ass out of the chat. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, they tried to get Michael Jackson's kids. I said, what were they going to do with the kids?
Try to
Yeah,
collect some checks.
yeah, she was trying to become a legal guardian for all three of the kids.
Yeah, and then she said after she denied Joy access, Wade called her and said, well, hey, Brandy, don't you miss me? I miss you, and blah, blah, blah. She was like, aren't you married?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, oh, well, yeah, I just wanted to see the kids and blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, were they going to try to kidnap him? Like, what was going to happen?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Model Madi 7. Michael Jackson invited his ex-fiancee to the 2005 trial to be with him for support. They dated in the 80s. He wanted her back, according to Jackson family and insiders. What ex are you talking about?
Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot her name.
Is he talking about oh God, what's that lady?
It started with an R, I think. Her name?
Yeah, Ramonica Harris.
Yeah. Ramonica.
Oh yeah, Kathy Harmon. It could be that's your opinion, sweetheart. I'm going. I don't know. I might get backlash from this. Kathy Harmon says MJ dated Shayna in the 80s. I wouldn't call it dating. I would call it sucking a little thing. She sucked him off, but I wouldn't categorize that as dating.
She gave him sloppy toppy.
Mm-hmm.
Can we just not mention
It's called
Shayna in any
a
negative
hit.
way in
It's
this one?
called a hit and a quit.
She that it was one of the one of the members. I touched on it because somebody said something about
What
it.
did you say,
But I
Nina?
mean, that's just my opinion, Kathy. I'm not saying I know because
I didn't hear what
Okay. Nina
I
just
didn't
said
hear what
This
Nina
Jack
said.
Croner keeps saying Michael Jackson dangerous. What the hell is with this person? What is going on?
Well, they're now gone. What did you say, Nina?
I was just saying, let's try not to get too negative and too personal about particular people in here, like Shayna or whatever. You know, they have their book. If you want to go research, go do it. But let's not get nasty or negative
no.
about anybody.
Oh, definitely not. I was just giving my opinion on it. Wait, James DeBarge was on the roof. That's what Mark stated. What are you talking about, Mark?
Boy, it just seemed like so many like random stuff.
What kind of voodoo is
That
this?
Jack Croner is he's just being a troll.
Yeah,
that
but
Jack
I
Croner
just
person.
hit him on the channel and he popped back up. What the fuck is that?
Damn.
He's invincible.
There, now he's gone.
Oh, okay.
That's so annoying.
Now, if he pop back up, like what the hell?
Will this blow over soon? Hopefully, I'm not sure how to
think it
pronounce your
already
name, Tante Bet. Hopefully, this will. I'm sorry, MJ, the Music King. He says, "Will this blow over soon?" We pray so.
I think it already has, to tell you the truth, because really, I mean,
Thank you, Derek.
the only you really hear of it is like online or in chats or on people doing videos on it. Other than that, you don't really hear about
Right.
that.
Well, I'll tell you guys
because they
what. Here
buried
in LA,
it.
right here in
Yeah.
LA, to be honest with you guys, I mean, just on the streets here in LA, I've heard more Michael Jackson music than
Detroit
within these last 3 months than I've heard
here in
in a
Detroit.
year or so. I mean, people, I'm walking into all kind of department stores out here, or the park, to different businesses, and Michael's being played on all the radio stations.
And
There's
people
not
like
one radio
it.
station in
And they
LA.
love it.
Yeah, no
Michael, I
radio
work in the
stations in
salon and we play Michael all the time.
Let's try not to
I just play his concert.
talk all at once.
No radio stations here in LA have banned him. I mean, I don't even have to pull out my CDs anymore, because every time I get in my car, KGLH, 94.7, The Wave, the Breakfast Club, all of them are playing Michael. So maybe that's their way of, even though they're not coming out saying that they're defending him, maybe that's their way of defending him by playing more of his music now. But I love it. It's a good thing.
Let me tell you something. I just got back from not long ago, about over a couple of weeks ago, all on that boat, which was the not the Princess Cruise, the Carnival Breeze. Man, they was playing Michael Jackson. Like, I even took some like videos from my phone, and I was like, mute who, mute who.
Listen,
I'm like, guys, if you,
they can't ever stop Michael Jackson. They're not ever going to be able to stop that train. Not ever, ever in his lifetime. In my lifetime, at least. He's still making new fans. There are still babies like dancing to him. There's still videos going around.
Yeah, but that is going to end one day.
Muggles asks, do you believe the Janet DeBarge baby story?
It will, because there is, of course, he's getting new fans, but they're not. They never have seen him perform. They've never seen him live in their lifetimes. Those new fans, and once that older generation gets older and older, it will get less. And the more stuff like Leaving Neverland comes out, the more tarnished his name will be, and the less fans he will gain, because there will always be this stigma around him. Definitely with all that shit going on now with those pedophiles. Hollywood pedophilia and shit, he will always be linked to that. So it will always harm his both his name and his music.
Well, my thing with that is it's still a stigma now. He's still being played, and it's people are still playing him for their children. And to be honest, even with him being gone, because when I came up, Jackie Wilson was already gone. Actually, I was upset that he was already gone because I really wanted to see him in concert or something.
You and me both.
So it but they played, my family played all kinds of music in our house. So I heard Jackie Wilson. I heard all these people that were gone already, Otis Redding and things like that. I still play them today. My son is in his 20s and he knows Otis Redding and all of these people. So I don't think, especially someone as big as Michael Jackson, I don't think that's ever gonna go away.
I don't think
Okay,
it's
guys.
I don't think it's ever gonna go away, but I do believe that it's harming him,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It
his
is. And
music, his name, and
Uh-huh.
that's why you don't
Well,
hear anything about it, because there should be a lot of news about it, because there's so
But
much
you know
stuff
what?
debunked by now. But the media is just burying it now because it
But
doesn't fit their
because
narrative.
they
But you
should
know
be
what?
embarrassed. That's why they should be embarrassed at doing that to him again, and he's not
But
even here.
But the media
but you know
isn't
what?
embarrassed because they keep lying. 2019 is hoax year.
But you
It's
know
hoax
what?
year. Everything that
That's
they've been saying has been lies. It
but
started in
that
January with Jesse Smollett.
but that's where the fans come in. And that's why I was saying we need to do grassroots. We need to get out there. Like I said, however you decide to assemble, whether it be an information booth, what I think would be a great idea, because people going, like I said, you're gonna have those that want to act brand new and ask questions, but then here we're able to kick it back to them as much as they try to kick it at us. But that thing is, we're bringing information to the public that they're not getting from the boob tube. So that's why I
Oh, but
say,
we're
that's why.
trying. We're trying. I can see my channel has been is being um
It's growing.
well, the first month or so, the views went crazy, and now it's very steady around 10, 11,000, and none of them is being promoted, on the right side and stuff anymore. They're really trying to hide this. I can tell by the views and by what's going on the at the backside of the YouTube channel, that they're trying to. Sometimes I had one of the videos actually losing 5,000 views. Losing 5,000 views. How's that possible?
Right.
Well,
okay, guys, we have to start
YouTube.
answering some of these questions.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. So I'm going to I'm backing up some. First question I saw was. Sorry, guys.
Can I say something while you're looking?
Go ahead.
YouTube is owned by Universal Studios. That's one of the reasons why Prince didn't want his music on YouTube. Because he didn't want it.
No, YouTube is owned by Google.
Yeah, but Universal Studios is involved. He said it's the record company. I heard him say that out of his mouth, and that's why
So it's
anytime
a subsidiary.
videos on YouTube,
how is YouTube connected to Universal Studio?
It's a subsidiary.
I don't know, but Leora Cohen is he's involved in YouTube. I know because he said it on the Breakfast Club.
Yeah, Leo Cohen's involved with YouTube Music.
Yeah.
So it's a subsidiary of Google is probably a subsidiary of probably.
Yeah, that's why Prince would get his music, his videos and stuff pulled off of YouTube. He paid somebody to do that for him, to look out for his stuff and pull it off. He didn't want them.
Oh, that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Okay. First question I'll go back to is Mina C asked, guys, who do you think is going to be in Taj's documentary? We actually touched on this last week, I believe. So.
I think so too.
I don't know if you want to. Yeah, I don't know if you want to answer that or not.
Well, I think the only one that can actually answer that is Taj himself.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they
So
were asking who do we think? So
Taj is doing weekly updates now, isn't he?
yeah, he
On
is.
his
yes,
So just keep an eye out on
yes.
Taj's updates, and you'll be able to see what's happening with that. So just keep an eye
Well,
on
I'll
Taj's
say
updates.
this. I'll say definitely. I think more than likely his, the family and folks that work with Michael, and people who knew Wade Robinson and Woody Woodchuck,
Mm-hmm.
and probably stuff like that. That's the best I can guess.
I think Brett Barnes will be in there
Yeah.
because he
Yeah.
offered to help. So I'm pretty
Right.
sure that he has Brett, maybe Macaulay,
I hope so.
Mesereau, I think. I hope.
Yeah.
Um,
He's been very
and maybe some
active.
people that we don't know. I mean, Michael himself said when Geraldo asked him who are your friends, he said the True Blue, you wouldn't know them. So who knows? There might be people that we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys have questions, go ahead and ask them because I'm backtracking. So just as I go down, I will respond
Well,
with your
I
question.
do remember you reading off, John, that somebody asked about the Janet DeBarge baby
Oh, they
story.
asked. Yeah, they asked. That was way back. They said, so, do you guys believe the Janet and James DeBarge baby story?
Well, that's not really for this channel, so let's not speculate.
What is the question?
They asked, do you guys believe the Janet Jackson / James DeBarge baby story?
I don't know, and I really don't care. Does that mean I
Someone,
really don't care?
No, you're right, Susan. It's not really
okay.
relevant.
Ralitza Sharp asks, what would you all like to see happen to these two liars?
I think that there should be charges. I'm sorry, even though he's gone, and they said there's no law against, there should be a law created that they can't do that to a dead person. Also, they should be charged again with perjury. They should be charged. I didn't mean to say again. They should be charged.
They can be charged with perjury.
I would like to
That's what
see
I mean. There
them.
should, because the statute of limitations have passed, but now they're doing this. That's why I said there should be new laws put into place so that somebody else can't come behind them and do the same thing to somebody else.
I would like to
That's
see
what I
them strapped to a roller coaster ride that goes straight to hell. That's what I would like to see them.
I bet they will get what they deserve.
Oh,
absolutely.
definitely. What goes around comes around. You may not get it tomorrow. You may not
All,
get it next week, but you will get it.
We
all
have
the way down to their grandmammy. I want to see her ass on that ride too, straight to hell.
we have
Susan,
Camus.
what did you say?
We have
Go ahead,
Camusa
Susan.
Gina
Oh, you got it.
says
Okay. That was your
Taj
next one.
definitely should have Latoya on there to clear her statements up. No.
Yeah,
She did already on so many
Latoya.
occasions.
she already did that. Latoya already cleared that up. And
Okay.
her and
Let's not
Michael.
talk
On
over each
many
other, guys.
occasions. How many more does she need to discuss it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Latoya cleared that up. Tito cleared that. Everybody, they cleared that up
Latoya
already.
has a Latoya has a book. It's called Starting Over. If you read it, everything's in there.
Right.
I actually want to do a video on there, but I need some permission to use something, so
Also,
I'm waiting for that.
she did a interview with Barbara Walters too after he passed, and Barbara Walters asked her if he was a pedophile. She said no, not ever.
No, but it's actually better explained in her book. It's more detailed, and people will actually understand why she did it.
Yeah.
So that's why
Well,
I'd like to make a video about that, so that people can close that chapter now too.
yeah, it's so much misinformation out there. It's crazy. I don't even know if I don't know if he blocked me from his channel or maybe or not. But I saw a video on Vlad TV and he just keeps asking everyone about Michael Jackson, and then he like basically, because a lot of people watch his channel. So he's like, yeah, I think he did it too, blah, blah. So I put down there, I said, hold on, I'll go to the picture and tell you guys, because I said a lot.
Okay, while you're looking at that, Pentazoid111 says Wade Robeson committed perjury in his more recent civil complaints.
Right.
Yeah, but that's known by the court. So if that was,
Okay.
Why didn't they charge him then if
I
they
don't
know
know. I don't
he
know.
lied?
Because I think it's because it's a civil case, and I think
But the
um
court of law, and when you put their hand up to God to say, "I tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth," you supposed to. The law still applies. I don't
I
care if
know,
it's a,
but
yeah.
who is going to sue him for that? I mean, the court is not going to.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, you know,
usually in a
Can't
criminal
the
trial,
estate
the
sue?
prosecution will actually fry your ass on that. But
yeah.
I don't think in a civil case like this that anyone will step up like, hey, I'm going to. Maybe the estate can do. I honestly don't know. It's pretty
Mm.
confusing the how that works.
Yeah. Our
Okay.
our
Okay, I
Jules
found it, you
10
guys.
says, "Have you guys heard about the 5 train stations?" Person argued with me and said that there were 5 train stations in Neverland. There was
Oh
only one that
wow,
was 2
really?
stories,
Tosh,
right?
yeah,
Five.
Let me answer. I'm going to answer this. I mean, I'm pretty sure maybe other people have been to Neverland, but since I've been there so many times, yes, you're absolutely correct. There were different stations around. There was one train station that was a couple of stories. The other ones are stops. They're just stops, and they look like a bus stop.
Like
Okay,
platforms.
it's open. It's what do you call it? A bench with a little like a canopy over it. So there's no door. There's no nothing. Also speaking on that, Diane Diamond's dumbass. Did you guys see her last comment when she
No.
said everybody is acting like it couldn't have happened? I mean, hello. She said something like there was more than one train station. She tried to get sarcastic with it, and I had to respond to the dummy. She said something about oh God, I wish I could pull it up, but she said something about there. You would think a seven. Do you guys really think a 7-year-old would know the difference between a train station and a train stop? Yeah, if it's 2 stories.
if there's a bed in there, supposedly.
Hello. Again, the train
We asked,
stops.
yeah, but we also asked that to Tosh. It's in the live stream with Tosh. So listen to that
Okay.
again. Tosh answers the questions
Yes,
as well.
but the
So
train stops actually look like a bus stop. So there you have it.
Yeah. Okay, I found a picture because I screenshotted it after I said it. They got to the part where they said that Michael paid these kids off and blah blah blah, and I said Michael didn't pay them off. His insurance company paid them off. Even though the boy's father was on tape talking about how if MJ didn't give him 20 million, that he was going to ruin his career. I said, come on, man. We live in the
well,
information age. It's too easy to find this stuff. Do your research. They have all
as
been
for
caught
the
lying.
settlement being paid by the insurance company, we don't know that for sure because that was
Well,
said I think by Brian Oxman,
no, that was said by
and Tom Mesereau said it wasn't true as far as
no,
he knew.
that was said by the private investigator that worked the case. He said that. Scott Ross. He said that the insurance
Yeah,
company
but
paid.
he
He said
might have
they do
got.
it a lot.
Yeah, but he might have had the same source as we have. So I mean, everyone thinks we don't know that for sure. But
But he was a private
besides,
investigator. Maybe he looked into that before he answered it.
Yeah, he's a private investigator. He looked into it, and also, I mean, they did the same
well,
thing with Bill
I'd like
Cosby.
to see him say that then on record that he knows for sure that it's because people always say, oh, it's not. I think it was paid by that's not my point. I'm not trying to debate you. It's just that as far as I know, we don't know that for sure.
It's a lady called Nicole's View on YouTube. She did an interview with him, and he said it on there.
Oh,
I know
I
he
know who
said
you're
it.
talking about.
I know he said it. I'm just wondering if he knows that for sure, or if he has that from the same source as we do.
Well,
Right,
there was paperwork that said that.
but that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
but
During the
that's what they were
interview,
saying, that the guy who said that in the paperwork
okay,
didn't
the
have it
point I'm
right.
trying to get across. The point I'm
That's
trying to get across is in the interview with Nicole, did he back up his claims that he knew for sure
right.
that the insurance paid for it? Did
Okay,
he?
but
Did he?
I,
You know what I mean? I know what interview you're talking about. I didn't I didn't look at it all the way, so I'm going to go back and see it because I would like to know that too.
Well, here,
Yeah,
Yevgenia says it's irrelevant who paid it. It's really irrelevant. We made the video on that whole settlement, and it's really irrelevant who paid, whether it was him himself or the insurance company. Doesn't matter.
Well,
Why
I think
would
it.
it
I
not
think
matter?
it matters because Michael really
It does matter.
fight it, and the insurance company, because it's a liability to them, they settle.
Right.
Right. And it matters because this is one of the key point arguments that the haters try to use against him, that Michael himself paid them off so they could shut the hell up.
Right.
So it actually is relevant.
It's not, because he had to pay it off to protect his own criminal trial. If a criminal trial.
Yeah, that was a part of it too, but the thing is, the insurance company, I think they were going to try to settle it whether Michael agreed or not. So he was kind of pushed into it.
And not only that, I would just like
I agree that he was
say,
pushed into it.
Yeah, I would
but
like
it still
to say
doesn't matter. If for the whole picture, it doesn't matter.
Paid that off because, first of all, one thing we know for sure, if anybody got injured, and basically that's what the basis of the settlement was, for them to drop their claim and pick up like a personal injury claim. Like, I tripped at Neverland and I hurt myself.
Which was negligent. Because
it's against,
that's why they settled it.
It's against the law to settle a crime. That's like me blowing somebody's brains out and say, well, I'll throw you $20 million. No, you're going to jail. You can't settle a crime. So the insurance companies, like they always do, when you threaten to go to court, well, I want to go to court. Well, let me throw some money at you. You know why? Because first of all, we don't want the paperwork. Second of all, it's a long drawn out thing to go into a court process. So we'd rather save the paperwork and the time and the legal red tape and pay you off than to go to a court of law.
Yeah, but it's still.
And they say,
what I'm trying to say is that we should focus on the settlement itself and why it was paid, and not who paid it. Because let's say that in 2 months it comes out that the insurance company didn't pay it. Where does that leave you? There is plenty of reasons why the settlement was done the way it was done, and why they were paid.
But what I'm saying is, I know I understand what you're saying, but there's paperwork to back it up. It's not just somebody.
Well, I'd like to see it. I have seen paperwork that back that up, but that is what it's being challenged.
It's in the video.
Well, they challenge the fact that this man is heterosexual, so I mean they challenge everything.
Yeah, but I was in the middle of reading what I said because I was on the radio. But I said we live in the information age. It's too easy to find this stuff. Do your research. They have all got caught lying, including Wade and James. Watch the interview with the private investigator. They actually worked the case. I don't know why y'all keep trying to run this narrative in the United States. Other countries have found the truth. What are y'all doing? Because other countries are pulling the document. What are they doing? What is the United States doing? I'm trying to figure out.
That's a good one. Yep, that's a good one.
Okay, the next.
It's like I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know what to say about that. It just like upsets me every time I talk about it.
Jar, you were saying there's a question?
Yeah. Okay, I keep hearing that MJ only. Oh, okay. R. Jules 10 said, I keep hearing that MJ only hung out with boys. Isn't that a lie perpetuated by the media? I'd like to say he hung out with all children. He was a father figure.
I'm not really hearing you very well.
You can't hear me?
No, not as if you're far, far away or on the toilet.
Really? What? I am not.
Now you sound better.
He's trying to put you out there.
Ain't that
hey, you have people who do that.
I do it all the time, but it's just this one time I didn't do it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me now? Okay. R. Jules 10 asks, I keep hearing that MJ only hung out with boys. Isn't that a lie perpetuated by the media? I like to say he hung out with all children. He was a father figure.
I think But this is just what I think. Clearly he also had girls around. I mean, we have all kinds of pictures of him with little girls too. But I
He
think
said,
he would feel more comfortable. He is a guy, you know. So if you befriend someone, it usually you befriend someone of the same sex.
well,
So
he said in his interview with, I forgot her name, Jane Pauley.
and those
I think
those
that's her name.
boys wanted to become him. He wanted to. That's what I think. He wanted to actually motivate them and help them to do what he did. That's what I think. So that's why I think it's usually mostly boys.
Well, he said in his interview, he said it's boys and girls. I never just invite just a whole bunch of boys to my house. He
No,
said it never is just all boys.
no, but that's I mean that's clear. Everyone can see that there were a bunch of girls there too. So
And also, it would be, his nieces and nephews and
Julie, can you
cousins would be
mute
there.
your
It would
mic?
be.
Can Yuli mute her mic? There's background noise going.
who is that?
Oh, it's fine, it's fine.
Okay, the next question is: did MJ date Diana Ross?
Yeah.
Manga Dolly asked that.
I don't know, and I don't care. Why is it relevant?
He
Want to
said
know
he
my
did.
opinion? No, I'm just playing.
It's
He
so
said he
I don't
did, but he
understand why
also said
people want to know whether he dated someone 20, 30, 40
Well,
years ago. I mean,
well, it's just questions they just want to know. It's a discussion, Souza.
yeah,
They
but
just
who
want to know.
knows? Who
I
knows?
don't
How are
know.
you supposed to know?
I
they
don't
had
know.
I think
they had phone
I
calls
think
with
she
Michael.
was his first.
I believe that as well.
I think she was his first, and you can see that when she gets up on stage and brings that guy up, there's a screenshot where it pans back to Michael, and he looks really not impressed at all. I do think that she was his first.
Who?
Diana.
Well, I mean,
And I
He
also believe they met
he
up
said
some
that
years later,
Diana
and
hurt him.
that's when Evan came along. Let me stop. I'm not perpetuating that Rona.
hey,
Okay, this is what Michael said because they have recorded phone calls of Michael. He said someone asked him who hurt you the most in your life, and he said Diana. And he said that's because when she knew that I really liked her, like it was a magazine interview where he said he was going to marry her and move to Switzerland. So
Yeah, I
he
remember
said
that.
that she made a game out of it, and he said he didn't like that, so they ended up not being together. And she went off and got married.
hey, Ja, check
Yes.
your inbox.
But he said that it took him
Okay.
years to get over her.
I think Brooke Shields was his love of his life. I'm one of the few who thinks that, but that's what
No,
I think.
I do think that, but I think Diana was his first, hubba hubba bang bang thing.
That's cute. Hubba hubba. Bang bang. Bang bang bang. Okay. I didn't get anything, Kim.
In the this app, I just downloaded.
In Discord. Okay.
Yeah.
No, Brooke Shields was not. Oh, he
Nope.
told you? It's just a theory. I mean,
No. Ramonica said it. She said that was a publicity thing. They had a contract.
what?
No,
Brooke and
no.
Michael? That's bullshit. Sorry, that's
They
bullshit.
She
became
said
young
that her and
friends.
Michael were secretly engaged, and that the thing with Brooke Shields was a publicity thing.
No, that wasn't a publicity thing. I
No.
think he was
Actually,
Michael had
completely, totally in love with Brooke Shields.
but you know
He
what?
might have
Oh
been
I
my
in love
god.
with her. I
hold
think it
on a
probably
minute.
started out like that.
I did. It was a lady. I don't know. Y'all probably know her. Her name was Gail Felix. She used to comment in what was that? Uh, I think MJJ 2005, and because I remember talking about it, and I was like, yeah, this lady named Ramonica Harris, everybody thinks she crazy, and she just talks. She said, actually, she said the lady is real. She said Michael was engaged to her. She said she was going to be on the witness list in case they needed to bring a character with, like she
Which
was a
lady is
part of the court.
this?
Her name was LaMonica Harris. This lady, Gail Felix, was actually what's her name?
Sousa Block Ball Chat. He's a troll in here.
What's the
Ball.
BAAL?
She was on the television.
What? We got the
She
devil in
was
here.
she was what's the name of the Jackson publicist? Can't think of her name.
Oh,
Yeah, I know what you
about
mean.
the black chick.
God, what's her name?
Crap, I can't think of her name right now either.
No,
Ramon.
No, not
No.
Ramon Bain.
No.
The one that
The
was
older
for
one.
the Jackson.
Oh,
That was always with Joe. She had like a Stronsky, something strong. You know who I'm trying to say?
Yes.
Well, Gail Felix was like her assistant. And that's when she told me that
Angel
Lewinsky,
Houskin, whatever her name is.
Yeah, Angel Lewinsky. When she told me, because I was basically like, yeah, you believe this lady, blah, 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 blah. They said she was, and she said, actually, that's not false. She said that lady she was indeed engaged to Michael.
I don't see
She
Ball.
said that she was like, and she was supposed to be on the witness list. They were going to call her if they needed that type of testimony, if his, I guess, the sexuality or whatever came into question as far as women. And they said they were going to bring her on, but because Michael didn't testify, and because the trial was going so in his direction that they didn't need to call her. So I found out through her that Monica Harris was indeed a real person, and that she was really in his life like that. And she told me that.
How is it possible? There are how many
Well, this
MJ
is what
wives
happened.
and girlfriends are there, and they're all at the same time, and they all claim.
How
How many MJs are there? How much time did the guy have?
Mike was a player.
Look, she told me the reason why. She said the reason why. She said that Michael's marriage, or his, the thing fell through. She said was because Sony got in the middle of that. First of all, they didn't want him. They didn't want the world to see him in a married light like that at that time. And they didn't want, and by her being a black woman, they said that he was so crossover. They didn't want that to happen. So she said that's why they put him in.
I'm gonna say I think this is a lot of speculation, and
It's
Yeah.
not.
Let's get
It's
back to the
not.
questions. Our Jules.
Yeah, because honestly,
Jules
guys,
10
let's
asks,
not talk about wives and girlfriends anymore, because it's first of all, it's
Jules 10.
sorry, just a second. No, first of all, it's confusing. There are too many of them, and we don't know anyway. So
Right.
I guess it's not really very relevant.
Okay, back to the questions. Our Jules 10 asks, can someone explain how Wade lied about the trip to Grand Canyon? I really appreciate it.
I wish there was a picture to show his ass right there at the bottom of the damn canyon. Anyway.
There probably is,
And there is, in one of Joy Robson's testimonies or depositions, she admitted that actually Wade went on to the vacation with them. So I'm sure that's available online somewhere to kind of read up and look about that.
Yeah. Why do you think there's no pictures of the Grand Canyon in the movie?
Right. That's why I was, man. And I was trying to Google early pictures of Wade Robinson Grand Canyon. I was just putting in keywords. They must have removed everything because they knew our asses was going to be all over that. Because I can't find anything. I even tried going on Facebook trying to see, well, maybe she got an account where I can, look and see if she posted those pictures. Nothing. Not a thing.
And there has to be pictures. I mean, if you go to the Grand Canyon for the first time, I mean, I would assume you make pictures.
They posting them. They
Exactly.
had them up. They took them boys down. If they had them up, they took them down.
They had them up.
There must be a record of her saying in one of the trials that Wade went on the vacation with them. That's how they was. I think it was Mike Smallcombe who brought it up.
She doesn't say it
That's
like that, though.
That
is a little
how
bit.
Does she say it?
That's a little bit the etchy part there. She says that the whole family went, so
right.
You can assume that Wade was included, but she doesn't really specifically mention that Wade came on the trip.
Right.
But the
Well,
whole
wait, but see,
family
that's the thing.
would be
Wade is
all
a
of
part of the
them.
family, though, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And wouldn't you think
Yeah.
she would
Well,
clarify
yeah,
the
but
whole family came on the trip except Wade?
yeah, but that's it is safe to assume, but it's still
Right.
not that cut.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Y'all done with that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Mark's statement asks, have you talked about the Quincy Jones concert?
Oh God, what an sorry. Seriously?
What happened?
The 80s. How did he call it now?
They changed. It started off as being like a tribute to Off the Wall and
Bad and
Beat It,
Thriller.
like the Thriller. Yeah, all of Michael's kind of music
Off
and
the Wall,
albums. That's what
Thriller,
it started
Bad.
as. Yeah, and then all of a sudden it changed to being 80s. So it's a completely different theme now. So and everyone's up in arms, and the O2, who are usually responsive on Twitter, are avoiding everybody questions and answers for refunds and stuff. So
Right.
it's basically a big con
And
job and a
Oprah and
complete
And
rip-off.
they didn't even include. I mean, he with the very first one when there was still Bad and Thriller and stuff on there, he didn't
Yeah.
even mention Michael as if
Not
it's
by
Yeah.
his work. I mean, without Michael Jackson, he wouldn't have anything like it.
yeah.
And guess who he's added to that? Who's
Who?
going to
John
be there to answer
Legend.
questions? Yep.
Who?
And
John
Oprah.
Legend.
Oh God, I hate John Legend.
Oh really? What the fuck?
Oh.
He just that man looked like he just
Oprah is a part of it.
What did you say? Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Oprah is a part of this film.
I can't understand her.
Me either.
Yuli, say it again.
Oprah is part of this event. Oprah Winfrey is a part of this event.
Not the concert. I don't think. I was gonna get tickets to that concert, but then it was just too expensive, so I thought, fuck it, I didn't go.
How much
But
does it
yeah,
cost?
She is.
I think it was about £120 or something,
What?
and then you have to get a hotel to London as well. But yeah,
Holy.
Yeah, pretty pricey per ticket. But obviously, when they didn't mention Michael Jackson in name, I took a bit of a avoid and detour of that, and I didn't bother.
exactly the same for me.
Yeah, I just felt that it was wrong all around. But lots of people, they did take advantage that Michael Jackson fans obviously are going to purchase the tickets thinking that this is a night of Michael Jackson music, just like a tribute to his work. His name wasn't mentioned, and then all of a sudden they do a complete flip and just turn it into an 80s night, and everyone's trying to get a refund. O2 aren't answering calls. All of a sudden, when you could get through to the help centre, it's saying that we're busy right now, and that nobody's getting any answers or any responses at all.
What about Motown 60? Did they not invite the Jacksons? What happened with it?
That happened. They didn't invite the Jacksons.
I didn't
That
watch.
is where a footnote.
I didn't
But
watch.
isn't that
They didn't invite them. I started
Jar?
ready
You
for
said
advertisement.
Huh?
Jar mentioned last week it's not actually owned by Berry
No.
Gordy now, right?
Yeah, Motown is
Yeah,
not
Berry
owned by
Gordy.
Berry Gordy anymore.
I think it's CBS, right?
Yeah, yes, it's CBS,
So it makes sense.
which would explain why J-Lo was up there doing Motown music for some reason.
Yeah. Next question. I just saw it.
J Lo was at Motown.
Yeah.
No,
Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, she wasn't?
she was Sony.
No. The
No.
tribute.
She was.
She did one trip
Jennifer
on
Lopez
another
was at
award show, and then
Motown.
she did it for
She wasn't, but she performed.
Susan, are you
I
asking
don't
if
understand.
she?
I am asking if Jennifer
She was
Lopez was at
originally.
Motown.
no, she
No,
wasn't.
everyone's getting that confused.
Not
We
ever.
talked about that before. She performed somewhere, didn't she, J-Lo? There was a thing where she was going to originally perform a tribute to the Jacksons or something, but she was asked to change the tribute that she performed to something else. It was on another. We did talk about it last week. That it wasn't on that particular the Motown thing. It was a different music.
Yeah, American Music Awards, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, she did
Yeah, that's the one. That's
the
the one.
medley then. Yeah, but then what? So she didn't perform at the Motown show that came on.
She did it again at Motown 60.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
So, okay, I'm gonna ask one more. Was J Lo performing at Motown 60?
Yes.
That's what. Okay, now
What
you
the
said it
hell?
differently.
I
You
don't
said it
know.
What the
differently.
hell is
I know,
J-Lo
right?
doing at Motown?
I
There
I
is
have no
no
clue.
soul in that woman.
Not
Wow.
Yeah, but
Okay.
she's
I
got
mean,
a
she
nice
could shake
butt.
her ass, but
Listen, this is what I said to
I'm
somebody. I
so
said there are people
confused.
at Motown that can sing your clothes off. Why is J-Lo singing Motown music?
I'm so
Uh,
confused.
yeah.
Oh,
Poetic says, anybody have Taj on Twitter? Someone tell him there is someone emailing claiming to be him for donations. Okay, I'll pass that message to him.
who is saying that?
Poetic Justice just said it.
Yeah, who is taking in?
Can you take a screenshot of it, Poetic, for me and send it to my messenger so I can forward it to him, please?
Okay, link it here.
Or yeah, give it to Susan. Redneck Junior asks, how old would MJ be now?
61 almost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Old.
Oh, Lauren Minho asks, interesting, could you upload subtitles later? Greetings from Bolivia. Here we love Michael Jackson.
Okay, I am not going to translate anything. If you want to translate something, the videos are all open for translation. I do not speak Bolivian or whatever you speak there, Spanish. So,
Jennifer, you can. She asked, "Are there pictures of Monica Moore?" You met Harris, but you can Google. I would Google and see. I can't tell you offhand if there's pictures of her, but I'm pretty sure if she, if you Google her.
who?
Jennifer asks, "Are there pictures of Monica?"
Oh yeah, it is.
Pictures of who?
Monica Harris.
Oh.
Quincy.
There's a video on YouTube where she
Yeah,
was doing a
Juliet, I
phone
do.
interview with a TV station, and they have her picture up the whole time.
You do what, Susa?
Juliet asked, do you speak Dutch? I am Dutch, Juliet. I'm
Yeah,
from the
she speaks.
Netherlands.
What do you speak, Susa? Dunglish?
Dunglish.
Rainy, I agree with you. Quincy is just, I don't know if he's just become senile in his old
Thank you,
age and he's just
Muggle.
an
See you
old
next week. Sorry,
bitter
Joe.
dude, or that's okay, or what have you. But I mean, that's not taken away from his genius. He's definitely a genius at what he's accomplished over the years. But the character of him as of the last few years, Quincy is, I don't know if he need a little coochie or what, but it is what it is. He's bitter for whatever reasons, but that's not taken away from his genius.
Quincy is bitter because Michael, after 3 albums, moved on to other stuff and left. He didn't work with Quincy anymore. That's why Quincy is bitter about it.
I figured that.
That's not nice, Smokey Rockwell. We let's not disrespect like that. I mean, Quincy is not gay. We say he was banging Marlon Brando. I mean, if that's the way you mean it.
I think Quincy did have a bit of a man crush on Michael in the early days. Look how during those award ceremonies. I mean, this is the thing.
Having a crush and banging are two total different things.
Hold on, can I just say?
No, there's an interview with Quincy and Michael.
Let's not talk all together. Nina was talking.
Yeah, I mean, people are missing the point. This is what all this bitterness is about. This is why people turn on Michael. They develop crushes. I mean, if you look at the way Quincy on all the clips on the early award things when he was, winning his awards while he was working with Quincy, how touchy and affectionate and tactile he was with Michael, not just in a fatherly, friendly, work pal way, but he was really and at times during those clips, Michael would pull away a little bit and look noticeably uncomfortable. Also, Eddie Murphy. I think Eddie Murphy had a crush on
it's possible. I'm not arguing with you against that. I'm saying it's possible, but that's still speculation, and we said we weren't going to speculate, right?
Well, we're not
That's all.
speculating. I'm just trying to give the
Right.
point of what, compare it to what Wade and James are doing in this documentary. They
Oh
were
yeah,
clearly in love with Michael. They had an
definitely,
infatuation. These
definitely.
guys, men, have an infatuation with a straight heterosexual man, and because
Right.
he was, they would just get bitter about it eventually. So I think that he's Smokey, whoever has got a point. I do think that there was some kind of infatuation there.
I think there's more to Quincy Jones too, honestly. That is
Well,
why there's a
Tupac
reason
said as
he had
much.
3 such um big huge fucking albums with Quincy, and still he moved on. I mean, he
Yeah,
clearly wanted to get away from Quincy Jones for some reason.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Observation report says they are asking for pictures of Wade and Brandy together.
You'd
Will
have to
we
ask
be
Brandy,
getting
I
to see?
guess.
Yeah, that. I mean,
The
if
LA
she
Gear
comes out
Group.
with the receipts, then she comes out with the receipts. But as of right now, I'll take a word for it. I mean, look at Wade. Who's really gonna brag
And
about being with that?
Right.
I don't
it's
think
not
so.
just her word for it as well. One of her friends backed up as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if you think about it, you're not going to keep pictures of your ex in it, especially if they cheated on you.
I wouldn't.
Well, well, I don't know about that because I think I'm guilty of that. I got a picture of my ex in my phone that I can't stand. I hate him, and he's still in my phone. I need to delete it, but he's so damn fine.
I don't have any.
Yeah, but he cheated on her with Britney Spears.
I know.
She
And
probably
broke up
burned it
Justin and
all.
Britney.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what the heck?
I mean, and Brandy doesn't look like the type that will make this stuff up. I mean, why would you want to make that up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
C&M Johnson, Susan has another channel that you can talk about the hoax stuff on. I'm not. I see you didn't answer you didn't ask a question, but I see you saying that Michael's coming back and all of that. If you want to talk about that, you can go to her hoax channel, and she's more than happy to. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Not in here.
Yeah, Prince's wife. In my take is so beautiful. What did she see in Wade? Especially when you got Prince over here, the freakiest freak walking the earth. I mean,
Yeah, she
damn.
had Prince, but Prince was cheating. Prince,
I wouldn't
at any
care.
given
You see how
time, Prince
sexy
had
Prince
6
is?
women.
Ain't no way in the world. Ain't no way in the world. Yeah.
Can you please stop over talking each other, because I can't concentrate on what Jar's saying.
Let's see. Wait, damn liar.
What was
Y'all
the
see any more
question?
questions?
What was the question you was answering about the Prince thing?
Oh, what's his name? Or what's her name? Aaron. He was saying the other guy, the other girl that Wade had cheated on Brandy with, outside of Brittany, which is Maite, Prince's wife, or ex-wife rather.
Mate Garcia, wasn't it?
Maite Garcia. Mm-hmm.
Did you see
Yeah,
those? I'm sorry. I was about to
It's
say
okay.
pictures of Wade up there inappropriately touching girl student.
Yeah, I saw that.
Wade is such a man horror.
Yeah. They said he was burning bridges everywhere he went. That's probably why he's broke, because he was just doing dirty business.
Melinda Smith says, when Michael recorded with Quincy, Michael requested that the lights were turned off, especially when he sang ballads, maybe to accuse gays.
Yeah.
You said maybe to what?
Avoid Q's gaze.
Could be, but I also think that he was very self-conscious. I think look at pictures and videos. He always has his hand in front of his face.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then a lot of artists do that. They'll sing in the dark. They'll be in the studio and sing in the dark. A lot of artists do that.
But you know what? I've heard that Quincy is hyena, or he has played around. Let's say
Yeah,
that.
they have a recording of Tupac saying that. Tupac said it. Mm-hmm. He said Quincy asked him if he could. I'm not going to say the word, but he said "F him in the ass." That's what he said.
Oh God!
While he was waiting for his daughter to come downstairs. He said he asked
Okay,
him
Joe.
outright.
Next one.
Yes.
I'm just saying. And then there's a
Mark.
Okay,
video. There's an old interview with
let's
him
get
and
off
Michael.
that. Let's get off that. Jar.
Yes,
Next
yes.
question.
Brent Warren says, has anyone seen the teaser video on Taj's GoFundMe page?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a video now?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Taj did a Poetic is asking for an email to send that screenshot to. Taj.
I'll put a email in the.
Okay.
You go ahead. I'll get the email.
Okay. Yeah. Taj has. I don't know if most of you are following or has the updates where he updates his GoFundMe. He did an update. I think earlier this week, guys, on there.
Yeah.
And he goes into great detail. He answers a lot of what's been asked over the last month or so, as far as where the documentary is, what stage it's in, how it's coming along and all of that. And he also put a teaser video on there. So if you haven't subscribed to the alerts or the notifications from the GoFundMe, I suggest you do so, because he's going to be he's in the process of, he's going to be given, I think he said weekly updates now, or every other week.
He said weekly. So just keep an eye on Taj's GoFundMe page, and
Yes.
from now on, he said he's going to be updating weekly. So just keep an eye on Taj's GoFundMe.
Oh yeah. And then Sasha said, I think. Okay, that's not a question. Mark Statement says or asks, are the French fans still suing for emotional distress?
Well, I think they did sue, but I don't know if that is if there's any update on that. I haven't heard anything about it. I don't know if anyone else heard anything about that, but here I didn't hear any news about it. Still no news on the Dutch statue either. No clue where the thing is.
Yeah.
I did actually send an email to the McDonald's to see if we could get an update. I didn't get a reply, so hopefully
did
I'll
I.
get a
Yeah, I
reply.
didn't get a reply either. I think that guy was shut up by McDonald's because he's a huge fan. He didn't want to take it away. So maybe he put it in storage himself. I hope he's trying to. He's waiting until the dust settles and he can just put it back.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Observation report asks, is Oprah losing support / fans? Will she fight this?
Yeah, she's losing support and fans. She lost me, I know that. And almost everybody I talked to said that she lost them. So
she never had me.
Laura White says the Dutch statue is in the hands of MJ fans. Well, that is what the McDonald's claimed, but there is no fan club. They said they donated it to the official fan club of the Netherlands, and we don't have an official fan club, so we don't know where it is.
There is no official fan club, although there is a they claim to be a fan club in the Netherlands.
What's
and they run
again?
events, but I can't remember. But there was a bit of a
with events
going on their page. Yeah, they do. They claim to be a fan club. They run events, but when you go to their website, there's no links, there's no information. So although they run events, they're not really a fan club. They don't have the statue apparently, but they're trying to raise whatever spare money is left over from the events that they do. They're claiming to hopefully fund a new place for the statue. So I don't know if they have it. I hope that they don't, because I have suspicions,
I have a lot of suspicions about that too, honestly. Also, with how many did anyone check how much they got in donations for that Neverland stuff? What was that website again?
To buy that Neverland?
We Save Neverland. We Save Neverland.com. Let's see how much they.
Yeah.
People, please don't donate to that.
Please don't. Actually, the estate put out an official statement on that as well. So
they changed it, because at first they said that if they didn't make it to the however much they need, you would get your money back, and now they donate to some random charity to be picked by
Right.
them, which is
Right. No.
and they already have almost 70K.
Oh my goodness.
Please, people, don't donate to this stuff. Donate to Taj or something, but this
Yeah.
is ridiculous.
That's what they should have done. That's it. Now, that would have made more sense if they said that if they don't make their goal, then they're gonna send the donations to Taj for his documentary.
Right. I'm
You
just
know,
surprised
yeah.
that so many people donated so
I
much
know.
money. It's
Okay. Milagros Martel asked, why isn't there an FBI investigation on Reed, Robson, and Safechuck?
maybe there is.
Never know.
You never know. I mean, those FBI reports are so secretive. They're
Yeah.
all classified. I mean, I think it was just a month ago that it was released that the Trump organization had something to do with those mafia guys from '85 that Trump was supposedly ratting them out back then. No one knew for what 34 years. So if the FBI is doing anything, you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Unless they want you to know.
Right. Sun Owl says, is Michael being defamed to get a hold of his personal catalog like Sony did to obtain the ATV? Sorry if you have already addressed that.
What's that?
Is Michael being defamed to get a hold of his personal catalog like Sony did to obtain the ATV? Sorry if you've already addressed it.
I don't think so. I think
no.
don't
I don't
the
think they
estate
have the
agencies do
ATV
that?
yet.
Yeah, they do.
I thought they negotiated for another percentage of it, but
I don't think so. I think they paid 750 million or 1 billion for it almost.
700 million.
Yeah, I think 750 million, and I think they paid off in so many years. But they did get the ADV part without Michael's songs, but they did get another deal for 250 million to have the rights over his stuff for the upcoming 7 years. 6 years left now, I think.
And not only that, it reverts back to Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
Oh, what? How?
Well, that's
They
the whole
pay-
point
Because
because
pay the money for it.
people keep saying, "Oh, and he would have never sold that ADV catalog." Yes, he would. They really sold it at the right moment. All the good stuff, the old good stuff that he had in there, is slowly going back to either the owners or the heirs of the owners. So that catalog is going to, I mean, with all due respect, but whatever comes out these days is crap. That's not gonna, no, that's not gonna last the next 30, 50 years.
She said with all due respect. No, it's
Yeah,
crap.
fast fused music. That's
I
what
can't
it's called.
respect it.
Most of it is
I
crap.
can't. I'm sorry, I can't. Today's music, I can't respect it.
Me
It ain't
either.
good.
It's
To me, it's not
horrible.
music.
You know, you have a
Can't
few
do it.
good artists, but most of them aren't even
Right.
being played.
Yeah.
So whatever is being brought up, I mean, seriously, what's her name? Fireworks, I Kissed a Girl.
Oh,
Katy Perry.
that girl.
Perry.
Katy Perry. Come
Katy
on, no
Perry.
one's gonna listen to that in 10, 20 years. No one.
So what you mean is today's music can't stand the test of time.
No.
No.
And whatever
my humble
could
opinion.
is slowly leaving
Yeah.
that catalog. So that catalog is going to be worth less and less and less. And the way music works is completely different than it was 10, 20 years ago. So the estate sold that catalog at the right moment for the right amount of money. And now Paul McCartney is going to Sony, hey, give me back my songs, you know? So
Right.
there's already a lot of stuff going back to the owners, the rightful owners.
Good night, Yuli. Thank you for joining.
Good
Can
night,
we say
Yuli.
good night?
Have a good
Good
night.
night.
Good night.
Good night.
Moki.
Yeah, we
And I-
call
Monkey-
today's
oh, I'm
music
sorry,
fast
go ahead.
food music
It is horrible. I can't
because
God.
it's literally gone in a moment. Nothing stays.
Right.
I mean, you have that
Yeah.
that shit from the 90s, you know, when it was the 90s and you were headbanging on that crap back then. you thought it was crap, and you listen back to it, and you think, oh my god, that's a masterpiece compared to what is on the radio
Yeah.
right now.
Oh, definitely. Yep. Smokey Rockwell asks, is Jordan Chandler bound by a confidentiality agreement?
Yes.
No, he's not. He's allowed
No,
to
it's
talk
not.
if he wants to talk.
I
No.
thought it was up. Or
Right.
was it?
No, he was never banned. That's why he would have been able to
Go to court.
testify in a criminal case if it had ever went to.
Yeah, only in a
Yeah, but I
criminal
think he
case.
was
But
banned from
he can
speaking in the
he can
media
just go
or
to the
something.
media. I mean, he does have a confidentiality agreement.
Yeah, I was gonna. He was bound at one point from talking to the media.
He
I
still
just don't.
is.
I'm just. He still is. You sure?
Very sure.
Oh, okay.
I saw people say it was a 25-year expiry thing, though.
The
I
only
don't
thing
know
he
if
can
that's
do,
true.
I think, is could have done was file a civil suit within so many years, probably. He's way too old for that now. But and I think he could have testified in a criminal trial, but that's it. I don't think he can talk still.
Okay. Lexa C asks. No, not Lexa. Aaron asks, are the MJ fans going to protest against Oprah when she does the Apple thing?
No,
I haven't heard
not gonna
anything.
waste my time on her.
Now, is it true that 60 Minutes dumped her or she walked off? Because I'm hearing conflicting things. I'm hearing that 60 Minutes did, that they pulled out
Who are we
and it
talking
wasn't
about?
her.
Oprah.
We're talking
Oh, okay.
about eponymous.
Yeah, I didn't really care about it.
I didn't even
No, the
hear.
reason why I asked is because it goes to the fact that that everything is turning to shit for her. That's why I'm
I
saying,
didn't hear
is it
that,
true
Kim.
that
What
she walked away
did
or
she do an interview?
huh?
They wanted to do an interview with her, 60 Minutes.
I know they said she was supposed to be a correspondent, like some type of contributor to the show, and
Yeah, she's
that
supposed to be a contributor. Yeah.
yeah, and that according to the reports, something she didn't like, and she had passed up on it. But I'm thinking they passed up on her. I'm hearing that they said that she was passed up on. So that's why I was asking: is it true that that they passed up on her, or the other way around?
I have no clue. This is the first time I hear about this. So
From what I heard, from what I read, that they said that she was putting too much
good night,
on her,
Juliet. Good luck
on her
tomorrow.
Good
name.
night.
They
She was
kept having
putting
her repeat her name because she was putting too much emotion into saying her, and so she walked out and went to Apple. This is the story.
Apple about to lose some money if they put that troll up there. If they do any money with.
But I told my son this. I said Oprah doesn't realize that because she thinks she doesn't need the black community because she said it as much in a nasty way, kind of. I said she doesn't realize that this is her takedown. If she's trying to take down Michael and she's not addressing the Harvey Weinstein thing and all of that, this is her takedown too, and she doesn't even. I guess she doesn't even realize that that's what's going on. I don't know.
She's
She's
never gonna
aired.
she's never gonna say anything about Harvey Weinstein. It's
Uh-uh.
just like what's your name again, Madman? Amateur
Who?
Madman said. They cover for each other.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, cool. Yeah,
It's
sorry.
it's ne- she's never gonna, because she knows that if she would speak out about him, he would do the same about her.
Mm-hmm.
So she can talk about him.
Have you guys heard about what Seal said about her as well?
No.
Oh yeah, Seal went
I
off.
like Seal. What
Yeah.
did he say?
And then they
Basic-
tried to attack him.
Let him speak.
Basically, Seal said that Oprah knew about Harvey Weinstein, everything about her, and she just kept it quiet.
Yeah, I saw
He
that, but I
did.
couldn't find on Instagram apparently. But I looked on his Instagram and I could not find that post anywhere.
Maybe he
he
deleted
took
it. I don't
down.
know.
He might have deleted it,
He
but
took it down.
yeah, he said it. He said it more than once too.
Mm-hmm.
Because
And
I
then
know, John Legend's wife. She
Greetings, Miss Reed.
criticized Seal for saying it.
She criticized him.
Yeah.
Really? That's
I can't
interesting.
stand her. Ugh. She ain't even all that.
I want to say some years ago, it might have been maybe 1 or 2 years ago that I heard. I don't know which actresses because I can't remember her name, but
Chrissy Teigen.
I don't know who she was, but she said that Oprah sent her up to a hotel room, Harvey.
Yeah, I know who you're on about. I don't know her name, but she's a British actress.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
Naomi Campbell?
No,
No.
no.
No,
I saw that. I know what you're talking about. I did, yeah.
I don't know her name though, but yeah.
Yes, another one said that he pimped her out. That Oprah pimped her out to Harvey Weinstein and others for years. I'm telling you, Oprah goes much deeper than
That's
the
what
eye
she
can see.
does. She is an alleged trafficker. Let's keep
Uh-huh.
it
Mm-hmm.
uh, legal, but that's what she
Yeah.
is, allegedly.
Yep, I believe it. Well, Paul Mooney said, Paul Mooney said, if your own mama calling you a hoe, you a hoe.
You know, you have all those celebs with those. They all have foundations and
Uh-huh.
helping kids in third world countries, and I don't trust any of that shit.
Yep.
All right.
Lily Oliver says, you think Oprah's a victim of blackmail?
No,
No.
You think
No.
she's a victim of what?
Oprah's no
Blackmailing.
victim at all.
No.
You know what she is though? She's a victim of mutually assured destruction. Do you know what that is?
No.
So basically, they have dirt on her, she has dirt on them, so they can't expose each other. That's what it basically means.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
That's
that
what I
goes
believe
for all
anyway.
of them. She's no victim.
Yeah.
She made that choice. I mean, Oprah clearly sold her soul to the devil
Yes, she
for
did.
the fame and the fortune.
And you know what pisses me off the most about the Trevor Noah interview thing is when she like put it down to Tuesday, Wednesday thing. But Trevor Noah knew about the train station, so why not press it even more? And that's what makes me think it was a scripted thing. Like Oprah just did it as like a damage control kind of thing.
Who did that? Who said? Who knew that?
Trevor
Trevor
Noah,
Noah.
when you asked her on the interview about the
But
train station.
Trevor Noah is a comedian. He's not a news reporter. He admits himself he's just a stand-up comedian. So for me, Oprah choosing to go on there just for me makes the whole Leaving Neverland thing even more of a joke and not to be taken seriously at all.
Right. That's a good.
And he's always, Trevor Noah's always taking the mick out of Michael Jackson. He's always making fun of Michael Jackson. So again, another reason just not even to give that program or the interview that Oprah did with Trevor Noah any shine at
Susan Poetic wants to know if you got that email.
Oh, let me check. Hold on. I have my Outlook off because it keeps giving notifications if something comes in. So,
Have you guys heard the Steve Harvey Michael Jackson interview? Radio interview?
Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
that one. Is that from like 2002 or something?
Yeah. He
And
was
then
saying that there's a GQ call from 1994. I just found it last night. I was so sleepy I didn't get a chance to read it. But he said,
that's
if you want
pretty
to know
old.
about the 1993 case, go look at that article. I found it while I was on Facebook, but I just didn't get a chance to read it yet.
what I didn't care for is how Steve Harvey later tried to go there and make it like about Michael. Me, thank you. He need to
He
thank
said,
me
"What?"
for. Talking about Michael needed to thank him for
And
how he supported. I'm like, if you don't sit your chicken George ass down, I'm sorry. Just saying.
Laura White says, if Oprah was a real sexual assault victim, why would she protect predators like Harvey? Her
Because
family
she's
says
not.
she lied about it. I believe she lied about it as well, to be honest.
Yeah. Kitty Kelly did a book on her, an unauthorized book, and she said she lied about being poor. She lied about her alleged assault as a child. They said she even lied about the two friends she allegedly had that were cockroaches that she named I forgot the names of them cockroaches, but I wanted to tweet her and say, hey, I'm Sandy was one. Hey Sandy, how's whatever the other name was? I wanted to tweet her that.
I
But she's was it her cousin or somebody that was trying to come forward to say that Oprah was lying? Like
It
Oprah
was, I
threatened
think,
her?
her cousin, and also, like I said, the writer Kitty Kelly
Okay.
did a book about her.
I
I
checked I checked my email. I have an email from, I don't know if that's you, Poetic. If you're I don't want to say your name because I don't know if you want other people to know your name, but I don't see a screenshot. I just see there a link and it goes to Tush's real GoFundMe, so I'm not so sure.
While y'all getting that squared away, Mark's statement asks, "Can we please
What's in the
clarify what?"
subject? Hold on, 2 seconds. The subject is forward. Tush posted an update to Untitled Michael Jackson documentary series, and it has 3 Bible verses in there: Proverbs 3:5, Psalm 46:10, etc. So if that's not you, then yours is not in yet. That's it. That for real. That's all I see. Yeah, whatever's in there, that GoFundMe is Tush's real GoFundMe. It's the link to his update. So that's all fine. Okay, that was it. Go ahead.
Okay, Mark's statement asks, "Can we please clarify what was edited from Leaving Neverland in the U.S. version compared to the UK version? I heard 48 minutes were edited."
What
Yeah.
they left out of the UK version, what was in the original US version, was Joy Robson in the US version. There was a part where she was speaking about how taken back and surprised she was that they were usually so taken care of by Michael that when they arrived in the US to live, that they basically didn't want to make her look like an ungrateful leech. So what was removed from the UK part was when she was saying that, oh, Michael only secured them an apartment, and then as soon as they got there, they were asked for a credit card to cover the rent. And Joy said, oh, I've got to pay for my own rent for me and my children. Didn't Michael take care of it? Basically, she was basically assuming Michael would literally have paid for this lush apartment. Instead, they just had a regular apartment. Also, they removed where she was talking about, oh gosh, I can't remember word for word what Joy said. She was just really making herself look so bad and so leechy, just after
Yeah.
money. That all of that particular part was not in there. Michael was just their sponsor so that they could come and work and live in the US. He wasn't meant to set them up for life, so it was basically making them look like somewhat like a family using Michael for monetary gain. That was not in the UK version.
And I think the French
Didn't they cut
version
out
had
the
even
dinner?
less. Wasn't there a full hour missing there?
Yeah, there
Wow.
was like it went from being like a 4-hour documentary literally down to like just a little bit less than 3 hours.
I saw that the Dutch version, it was just a few minutes, maybe 5 in total, but there was something missing in there too.
Wow.
I don't know what it was because I didn't watch it, at least not the Dutch version, but there was something. There was a few minutes missing there too.
Asia St. Hilaire, I'm not sure how to pronounce your last name, sweetie. She said, "Was Wade Robson's wife talking about the trail cut out of the trial cut out of the film as well?"
The dinner was cut out, I think.
Yeah, that was cut out of the UK. There was a particular scene that Wade's wife was talking about. I don't know if it was necessarily the trial bit, but there was a scene where Amanda, Wade's wife, originally was talking about that she had no knowledge of child abuse or anything like that. And then obviously because there was the obvious discrepancy on their foundation fund support page thing, that they had the Hawaii thing, that it stated on there that they were both abuse survivors. So that was also taken out. I'm not sure if it was the trial bit that was taken out, but that bit was definitely removed from, I think, from all versions after actually that it was shown in. It was not in the UK version. It was edited in the UK version. It was completely cut out of the French version. I'm not sure about the one in the Netherlands.
Okay. Where did that go? Oh, Poetic Acts. Did they have the Oprah interview too?
Who?
I guess you guys.
No,
We
they
didn't
had no
No,
have
Oprah
that over
interview in
here.
the UK.
Oprah's not a thing here anymore. I never
Yeah,
see her
Yeah.
on TV or anymore at all.
I think that was just basically for the US, wasn't it? It was on YouTube,
Yeah.
though, Susan, wasn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's on YouTube.
Oprah was kind of popular here in the 80s, 90s,
Yeah.
maybe early zeros, but as soon as she started, oh, you get a car, you get a car, you get a car. You know, Dutch people don't really like that shit. So she
you
was.
know, I reworded that because that was their TV version of her saying you get a car. She really was pimping out women. You get a hoe. You get a hoe.
Mhm.
She was doing that.
Right. Come to find out, all them people who got them cars winded up selling them on Craigslist and stuff because they couldn't afford the luxury tax on it.
I
Yeah,
heard
that makes sense.
wasn't it lease cars or something?
Yeah, it wasn't even from her. They didn't even buy the car. It was basically product placement from GM. GM
Right.
was the ones that was actually giving the car. They was using her platform to do it. And she looking like she's giving away to all these cars.
Yeah,
But
but
really,
she did that with everything. I mean, well, it's clear that she was just sponsored. You know, the company just wanted their name in her show.
right.
Aaron Kendrick says, so what Aaron Carter is going to talk about MJ in a good way
Nothing.
or bad way?
Just
We'll
trolling.
find out
I
when
think
it
he
comes
was
out.
trolling.
Right.
Well, what is Corey Feldman gonna say? Because now he's trying to say, well, Michael, I think he groomed me too. What was that?
No, Corey ain't saying shit. He's just playing both sides.
Corey needs to
It
shut
kind of
up.
pissed me. So it's still wrong to.
R. Jules 10 says, do you guys think that if Dan Reed does a part 2 that it will get this much attention as part 1? I heard the Leaving Neverland was a flop too.
It
Part
depends who
2
he
is
gets on it.
it's just fancy music, more stolen drone shots, and then an ending. That's all part 2 is going to be.
Because I don't think he'll get Jordan Chandler, and I don't think he'll get Garvin Arvizo. So
No,
who's really
Jordan. I
left for
don't
him
think
to?
Jordan is allowed to participate, even
Yeah.
if he wanted to. I don't think Jordan wants to. I think he was in contact with Michael after '93.
You do?
Yes, I do. I don't think he wanted anything to do with that whole shit at all. I think they have been in contact. I mean, I'm not saying that they were best buds or something, but I do believe that they had contact after the whole ordeal.
Leah says, have you all seen that there has been a soundtrack release for Leaving Neverland, and they want us to believe there's no money in it?
Yeah,
it's on
we mentioned
Spotify.
that, didn't we?
I didn't even
Earlier.
remember there was
though?
music in there.
Yeah, it was that.
All
They
that
hired
old
somebody
dreamy sounding shit.
to do the score
Oh
for
my
the.
God, you ladies got to stop interrupting me.
I'm sorry.
I was just saying that we mentioned that earlier in the live where we was discussing when was it you, Holly Lash, or I can't even remember your name, sweetie, I'm sorry, but saying it's not a documentary. What kind of documentary do you know that has a soundtrack released and like memorabilia you can buy, like keyrings and stuff? It's a movie.
Yeah, it's
we know
ridiculous.
that it's a movie.
It's ridiculous. And who wants to listen to the soundtrack? Who want to remember that?
You can get keyrings with Leaving Neverland.
What?
Oh my.
Yeah, someone posted shared a link to say that there was a soundtrack and there was merchandise going on about
I
Neverland,
don't want
and
to swear, but yeah.
but yeah, try not to swear, please don't swear.
Yeah.
But is that there was a soundtrack, there was merchandise being produced, like key rings or something, and there was a whole thread about it. But it's not a documentary. Documentaries don't have soundtracks. But it was a valid point that somebody made to show that actually that the soundtrack was really interesting, and that the person that created the music for Leaving Neverland said that they produced this kind of music for the effect to capture, like, the music is a big part of how people are listening and how they're drawn into it. So I mean, if somebody can, like, just go and look at the guy who produced the soundtrack and the music, and go and read his comments about what he says about what he was trying to do with the music that was featured. I mean, it's very interesting to read that the manipulation, the level of manipulation involved just with the music alone.
Yeah, they know what
Oh
they're doing.
God! But seriously, who wants? I can see you wanting a Star Wars merchandise or Jurassic Park or whatever movie you have now. Why would you want a keychain with Leaving Neverland? Who would want that?
Susie, you say it so often, and people don't listen to the point you make. They're trying to normalize paedophilia, and they're using
Right.
Michael Jackson poster child for that. And I think everything that's going on now, I mean, I wasn't really aware too much, and I learned a lot from Susa and the research she does. It's like she talks about it, she researches it in all of her videos. I think you answered your own question there, Susie, with the stuff you teach me. It's like, they want to normalize paedophilia, and Michael Jackson is the most recognized popular pop star out there. He's a huge name, so they're trying to use Michael Jackson as a poster child to normalize this. That's
Right.
Oh my God, that's disgusting.
Think about it, and basically to say, well, these two. I mean, look at how what's her name? Barbara Streisand said. For instance, when
Right.
she tweeted, "Oh, well, they grew up and had wives, and obviously it wasn't. They were in love, and then they want that same ideology from everybody else. Well, they were in love with them, and they must not have had a problem. So maybe it
And
isn't a problem. You see what I'm saying? So to me, that's what they're trying to have that effect.
And you know what the funniest thing about it is that it was because she got roasted for saying that, but that's literally the message of the bloody film. So, like, how can she come up with the interpretation the director wants, and then the director attacks her for it?
Right.
Yeah.
P. Ball says, reborn Michael Jackson fan here, coming from a conspiracy researching background. So very happy to hear you guys talking about advanced and taboo topics, i.e., MK Ultra, Satanism, Luciferian, and Illuminati.
Well,
Welcome, P. Ball.
I'm a conspiracy theorist. So.
Yeah. Well, they were just
Well,
saying he's a
I don't
reborn Michael
think a
Jackson fan here.
conspiracy theorist is the right word. I mean, maybe it is, but it always sounds as if you sit somewhere in your house with your aluminum hat on. Conspiracy
Right.
theorist is. I wouldn't call myself a conspiracy theorist. I just whenever I go a little bit too far, because when I watch the news, I don't believe anything I hear anymore. But it just means that you research for your own. And I mean, look at JFK and stuff like that, and stuff that comes out about 9/11. Conspiracy doesn't mean that it's a theory. There is a lot of truth in conspiracy theories or facts. I mean, I talked
Did
about that
my wife
last
say
week.
blue?
Met with Richard. There is a lot of conspiracy facts, and they can actually be found on the CIA website. So there's a lot more to it, and I think conspiracy theory doesn't do it really justice. It's
Yeah.
investigating stuff beyond what the idiot media tells you.
Lisa Flick, please don't come here with that. This is not the channel for that, and please don't use that name. Not in this
Pearl
channel.
Jr. is sorry, Lisa. Bye bye. Really, I warned about this stuff. I go
Away.
away. Yeah, I don't want
Good night,
any.
Leah.
I really don't want any Pearl Jr. crap on here. The
Yeah.
woman is a
Paul,
fucking
just
fruitcake.
to
Sorry,
clarify,
Nina.
Pete Ball, he was saying he comes from a conspiracy researching background. And he just said, excuse my term, I don't say conspiracy theorist. Normally I say truth researcher.
No, and I know, and conspiracy theorist. I know exactly what you mean, but the issue is that others, when I read it, I know what you mean, but people that don't look further than the length of their nose, as we say in Dutch. I don't know if that's the saying in English at all, but they might see conspiracy theory and they think, oh, that's another. Just call yourself a researcher or something. Because that's usually what it is.
Uh-huh.
Is there more questions? I don't get the logic of normalizing pedo using MJ. If people are trying to take his legacy away, sounds illogical. You can't go against MJ and then think pedo is normal. Sorry, I just don't get it. Well, that there is a turning point in amongst the population. You know, I tried to explain in that video, and some people completely misinterpreted it. It's the public has been groomed to accept more and more and more and more. That doesn't mean that stuff that is accepted now is not good. I mean, that was where it went wrong with some people, but the public is being groomed to accept certain things that were not normal before. So what they're doing now is it is multiple layers. I mean, they both groom the public even more for the pedophilia acceptance, because I mean it's Michael Jackson and the kids supposedly, oh, they liked everything he did. Plus they tarnish his name, which they always like to do. So it's multiple layers. It's if you don't get it, I think it's hard to explain just in a few minutes, honestly. So maybe
Yeah.
maybe Nina knows how to explain that better, but
I think
before you guys
it's
go
not.
further, let me just take my exit right now. I'm not well. So I will talk to you guys next week. It was great conversating with you guys, Nina. So I left you guys a message in the other chat to let you know what's going on. I just don't. All of a sudden, I just don't feel very well, so I gotta go. But I will
Feel better soon, Jar. We love
thank
you.
you. I love you guys too. Have a good one, and yeah.
Feel better.
Okay.
bye
And
bye.
also, I'm
Bye,
gonna go
Jar.
ahead and chime out too because I gotta get up really super early in the morning. So, it was so fun, guys. It was the best fun.
Okay, talk to you later, Kim.
Bye. See you.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Trying to get off. Let's see.
You're trying to figure it out.
How do I get? This is too funny. How do I get out of here?
I'll
What
disconnect
do I
you.
do? Thank you.
There. Anyway,
Okay,
Nina.
so what I was saying was, I mean, I only kind of explain it based on the research that Susa has done and the things I've learned from Susa, and it's not necessarily a case of using Michael Jackson's legacy to turn it against. I think no, to twist his legacy, like to bad his legacy. I think what they try and do is use the legacy he left because he's enormous. He's an enormous name. So I think they use that, and they use the fact that he had this such a connection, this huge connection to children, to so many children around the world, and they use it. They take that, they use that, and they use the positive to try and make the negative acceptable. So I think that's kind of what they. Do you know what I mean, Suze? I don't know how to explain it word for word, but I think they use the positive message that Michael left behind with his legacy to do with children, like everything he did was for the children, you know, the good he was trying to do in the world. And I think what they are trying to do is use that positive and twist it into a negative to make the negative positive. It's hard to explain, and I don't know if I'm making any sense, but it all kind of reverts back to the NAMBLA thing, which is what, you know, I really recommend people just do some research, just have a Google and have a look and read what NAMBLA is, and you can kind of really see that this is what Leaving Neverland is, and maybe just, you know, the history of it, of why they're trying to use Michael in this way. You know, I mean, NAMBLA meetings, you know, I only found out with stuff that I learned and researched that, you know, they worshipped Michael and they looked up to Michael because he had this affinity with children, you know, and they, you know, they wanted him to be that poster child for them. So I think that's what it is. I don't think they're trying to tarnish his legacy. I just think they're trying to use that legacy that he left, and turn the negative into positive by using Michael as their poster child. That's what I think.
Oh, they better not. But they've been at this for years now, like a long time.
Did I do that okay, Susan?
Yeah. Well, it's just it's so hard to explain without, you know, I'm not a very a person with a lot of tact usually, and if I explain stuff like this, people completely misunderstand what I'm saying. So I think it's good you did.
You know, the direct comparison you can draw. I'm not trying to say this is like wrong or anything, but you know what Caitlyn Jenner did for like the trans community.
Yes,
That's what they want to do
Yep.
with Mike, I guess.
But I don't think
because you know
Jenner. I like Caitlyn Jenner, but I don't think she did a very good turn to the trans community at all. Actually, I've been a part of the trans community for, I'm not trans, by the way, just in case anyone says when I say, but I've been a part of the trans community since the day I was born. I mean, you know, I've grown up around it. I've got so many trans friends, gay friends, bi friends. So the people that I know and have known my entire life have all got the same opinion, that she did the trans community no favors.
No, you know why? Because she's still a Republican. That's what they held above her head. Oh, how can you not vote for Hillary Clinton? You're trans.
I don't know the ins and outs of that, but I think she made it more like hyper visual, if you know what I mean, because she was a Kardashian or Jenner.
Well, she was
a Jenner, because her name was Bruce.
Right.
Bruce Jenner.
Yeah, and Bruce was a Republican, and Bruce became Caitlyn and was still a Republican. And that's what people didn't like, because the narrative was that if you are part of this LGBTQ community, that you're also a Democrat. And that is what she got a lot of backslash about. And that's when Caitlyn Jenner went, oop, down the drain again.
So you think that was all political?
He said it so himself, or she. Was it was some? I think it was that real life soap or something they had about Caitlyn Jenner. I don't remember what it's called, and sorry, see that's why I offend people. She was in a bus talking about, and they were talking about politics, and I think he said that he was going to vote for Donald Trump, or at least not for Hillary Clinton, maybe not for Donald Trump, but at least not for Hillary Clinton, because he was a conservative. And they got completely mad. How can you do that? And they saw it as a betrayal for the transgender community or something. And that is when Caitlyn Jenner was all of a sudden wasn't very popular anymore. It was right after that. So yeah, that's completely political.
But people need to do some research on Donald Trump as well. I think it was Smokey Rockwell that mentioned, Susa, quite early on in the chat, that Donald Trump was right with the fake news stuff, and was comparing the fake news, the Michael Jackson connection. Like, what you see about Donald Trump in the media is what they want you to see.
Right.
So the negative perception a lot of people have about Donald Trump is because it's controlled. You're seeing what you're seeing is it's all controlled. It's all what they want you to see. There's so much more to him than the media will allow you to see. And I hate using the word what they allow you to see, but that is exactly what it is. They're controlling you,
Right.
controlling what you
It's
see.
propaganda.
It absolutely is. And you can compare what is going on with Michael Jackson and what Michael Jackson went through his entire life is exactly what is happening to Donald Trump now. And when people mock him and say stuff to him about him, they laugh at him all the time about saying, you know, they make even Trevor Noah like saying Donald Trump and his fake news and doing this and doing that, because this guy is going through exactly what Michael Jackson went through. And that's why he always defends Michael, I believe, because he knows so much more than he's being allowed to say. You know, it's just so deep and so interesting to me.
Yeah, well, I've been
Well, you know,
following.
Donald Trump will say things. He will say things even years before or even the day before say he say it.
I think
Now
Trump.
that is
I
that
think
is true
Trump is a
about
time traveler. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, I've seen that theory before.
oh,
I'm not even kidding. There's something with Trump. He sees shit before it happens, or
Have
he
you seen
has
that
some
theory
kind of
before, Susan?
source. But I have seen it. But I've been following Trump for about a decade now, and it's eerie. It seriously is eerie. The shit that he knows before it happens.
All right, guys,
It's
I'm gonna go to bed now. I'll catch you guys next
okay.
time.
Bye bye.
right.
All
Bye.
right, see you guys. Bye.
No, and but you know what is baffling to me is how the media treated Trump. I mean, you can hate the guy, dislike the guy, not want to vote for the guy. That doesn't matter, you know. Everyone has their own political opinions. But the way he was treated, and still is, he's a liar, and he is a Russian agent. I mean, if you would, if that was done to Obama by the Republicans,
Well,
you would have had people um, screaming so loud, but because it's Trump and they hate him, it's okay. The stuff that has been said about Trump, and I really think that some media figures will be sued soon enough. Now that this whole Russia collusion stuff ended finally, and they still that not they can't say collusion anymore, so now it's obstruction, and they can't go after Trump anymore, so now they go after Attorney General Barr. The man didn't do anything wrong, but the media, I don't know how they get away with it. But and I see comments still coming on my channel, on my other channel, mostly because I talk more about Trump and his connection to Michael, and what my theory about all this stuff. And I see people say, "Oh, Trump is a liar. Trump is a liar." But when you ask them, well, tell them what he actually lied about. You know, they can't do it. And it's like, yeah, Michael was treated so badly, and but they turn around and they do the exact same thing to Trump, because when you ask them, do you have proof of your allegations towards Trump, they don't. You know, it's yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I hear you, and I totally agree. And it's probably a good thing Jar's gone to sleep, because she is not really a Trump conversationalist. But I mean, the connection between what Trump is going through and what Michael went through, and it was like Michael could preempt certain things, and Trump clearly can preempt certain things. It is a little bit spooky and a little bit strange, which is what makes me think it's just so much deeper than what everybody thinks, which is why, you know, I encourage people, just do your research, have a look at Google. Everything is out there for yourself to see. Don't let the media manipulate you into, you know, seeing things how they want you to see things.